Welcome. All right. All right.
We'll find you.
There we go. Stream is on. We'll find you. So last week,
we find you, we kill you.
last week was a very intimate and personal episode. You all had escaped from the settlement that Jara Kultan, the metaless reaver, and the male, completely hairless dwarf known only as the Hierophant, and his choral masses, unholy amalgams of people fused together, singing beautiful church hymns. Unfortunately, they were not friendly. You escaped with 100 survivors, approximately, and decided to return to Populous, the capital of the Populous Empire. The culture in this setting designed after pop music as a genre. So, a very appropriative, shitty place. Taking these now refugees there, Thistlecurd, also known as Chaz, I'm sure I'll use those interchangeably, rode ahead with Saeed Lamonaco, the merchant who you all have bumped into several times on your adventures. Weird. And you met with Captain Willis to discuss the issue. 100 people showing up at your gates could be seen as an act of aggression and could end very poorly for a paranoid guards. In with Captain Willis was a beautiful half-orc woman, incredibly large, incredibly thick, carrying a massive artifact of Kairak, the Younghun Bulwark.
My queen.
Chaz, you sort of started to put two and two together based on what you had heard from Rashani, the half-orc traveling companion of yours, the Rainmaker, who had a really great sister. Out of game, we describe Raglan, the name of this mysterious half-orc, as a Mary Sue. Because she's a Mary Sue. She's perfect in every way.
She's the hero, the one that was always the best. She's the Olga to my Helga.
Olga was a bitch though, and I still stand by that. She was a jerk. I was just mentioned in a post.
Oh, was not me.
Yeah.
I might have mentioned
Lips are sealed. Okay.
Good, we don't have to
Thank
do
you.
anything.
No one knows.
No one
So,
knows.
Thanks to Raglan's presence, she was able to use her position as an emissary from one of the surviving kingdoms of the fallen kingdom of Kairak, Arrow's Forge, which, weirdly enough, is also Rashani's homeland. Maybe she knows this person. Rashani is, however, wanted as a criminal there for the murder of her master. So, with some quick thinking, you returned to the camp after you arranged for the safe arrival of these people, spoke with Rashani, who had some excellent scenes with Tomac, your half-dwarf, half-human traveling companion, and he's all cutie. Half-dwarf, half-human, all cutie.
All cutie.
Clear Sky had some interesting conversations with Takal, the sort of on the way to being reformed
Maybe?
avius poacher with her crow-like form. Takal has been a tough nut to crack because she doesn't like any of you, but she really just didn't want to go to... Birds don't have nuts.
So don't they crack nuts? They can.
They could.
She was a tough egg to crack. Does this make you feel better? Because she's a bird. Monster. Don't birds crack nuts?
I mean, yes.
I feel like they do.
So,
whatever.
So to summarize last session, it was a very intense, personal and emotional episode. A lot of crying in and out of character. It was, y'all crushed it. I cannot stress that one enough. I'm excited to upload that one to YouTube because y'all are finally on the next level. I mean, Kat, you've always been there, but I'm so proud of you two.
Wait, everyone's gonna see your tears.
I didn't actually cry.
Dude, I looked in your eyes during the first Rashani scene and I fucking saw them welling.
No, I was... I'm not gonna lie, I was really awkward. I was just like,
The fuck?
anyway.
So,
She went on.
a lot happened, but the summation of it is you learned that your contact in the punk ghettos, which are punk being refugees from Kairox, and punk is a populist slang for these people because they're punks. They're punk ass, and a lot of the populist citizens feel like they're entitled because of propaganda.
Goddamn Taylor Swift.
Goddamn Taylor Swift.
Sorry.
Okay.
You learned that Mims,
No,
the
it's
sort of
fine.
unofficial leader of these displaced peoples, was currently leading a labor strike because it turns out the populace has been using the refugees for the equivalent of indentured servitude or slave labor. Incredibly low pay, and they live in horrible conditions with, as we discovered several episodes ago, limited access to basic necessities like clean water.
Water.
You guys want to roll the dice?
Oh, we were gonna do it while you talked.
I mean,
just roll them and adjudicate. Holy fuck.
Oh.
I'm rolling 1, 2. 1 black.
Oh!
Okay, so
I'm
just
sorry.
put all whites and 1 black.
All lights.
I love it when that exact thing happens.
Okay,
This is
so-
great.
That's
Keep
never
doing
happened
that.
before.
So,
We got a free one before, right?
Yes, we did.
yes. At the gates, when you brought the refugees in, there was a touching moment when Raglan realized that you were traveling with Rashani.
Why did you name her Raglan?
She fucking did it.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I don't know. I just came up with it. Why?
All of her family starts with an R.
Yeah.
So Raglan.
Don't tell them that. Oh.
No, Raglan. is
Rashawn,
a type
Raglan, Rashani. Like, I think we figured that out.
Okay, so you see the shirt that he's wearing
Yeah.
with the.
Isn't it a
Did you-
raglan
are these called
sleeves?
raglans?
The raglan
Sleeves.
sleeves.
I thought this was a jersey tee.
It's a
it's
baseball
baseball tee,
tee.
technically.
But these are called
but
raglans?
They're called
raglan
sleeves.
sleeves.
Well, then
You just happen to be
her
wearing them.
armor is raglan sleeved
No,
as well.
they are not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes.
You won that
You've
battle.
done
you
this to yourself.
Anyway, good. Bring it in. So,
So dramatic.
I know, right? You all went sort of on your own ways. You spoke to Berkeley, the kobold, the dog people race. Very shaggy-haired, very old member of the Rainmakers Guild, the guild that you, Clear Sky, the Skeletal Gripply, and you, Rashani, the half-orc, half-human, are members of. He has been there for even longer than Clear Sky. And you eventually sought aid from him in tracking down a broken holy artifact from the previous town that was keeping the choral masses at bay, as well as the Hierophant. He really couldn't lead you anywhere. A lot of things happened. You all ended up at a hastily put together feast to welcome the refugees and trick Raglan into thinking that they were going to be well taken care of. I mean, did you not realize that last week?
No. I'm just thinking angrily about the painter.
And you also had an interaction with a mysterious figure, a man who identifies himself as Randolph Farb. Gray of skin with swirling painted colors sort of moving through his body, almost like a screensaver, I guess would be the easiest way to describe it. They're always moving, like swirls of color in water.
Whenever I see him again, I just want to call him a screensaver before I put my knife in his throat.
Killing this Randall Farb won't get you anything. Except for some cosmic horror shit. He painted each of you a portrait. And during the portrait painting process, he asked you questions.
I couldn't answer.
Clear Sky got off easy.
Yes, she did.
Her painting ended up making people feel, what was the emotion tied to
Hopeful?
it? Hopeful. It was just a simple painting of Clear Sky. The next person who had their portrait taken was Thistlecurd. And unfortunately, Randall Farb's questions became more probing. Because it seemed that he knew that you were lying about your name. You used your false moniker, Chaz, and something about the painting didn't seem right to him. And so he continued to drill down, asking you questions about, your family and how you think what parts of you are the most like your mother, or what parts of you are the most like your father. Questions you didn't have answers to. And when he finally handed you the painting, looking at it made you feel lost.
Confused. I already went through puberty. You're not allowed to do this to me.
I'm so confused. Rashani was asked a great deal of also personal questions. How did your portrait come out?
The opposite of confident.
Ah, that's right. We couldn't quite. That's why I can't think of the word, because it was like
Opposite.
a general lack of confidence, like an overall unsuredness, uncertainty. It was a complicated picture because you just didn't know about what you wanted and what you thought people expected of you. Tikal's was Tikal just sort of chillaxing, looking dope, and looking at it filled you with like just a brimming confidence.
It's the opposite of mine.
Tomax, however, filled you with what I believe we described as a bottomless, heart-wrenching sorrow. Tomac, you're typically warm and fuzzy and the heart of the party. Eventually, conversations were had about all of these paintings, specifically between Thistlecurd and Tomac told the story of how back in Kyrok, his sister perished in a landslide, and all of the citizens said that was the gods' will, the gods of the earth and stone and mines, and that simply was how it was supposed to be and not to be sad. And Tomac could not take that, so he left eventually. And I believe we ended with everyone hanging up their paintings in their room and staring at them or starting in on their journal. Homie.
Oh, did the stream start? Oh, good.
Stream started. Dwight's burping it up.
Oh, good.
And so...
That's how we know it's real.
That's how we know we're live.
If someone's watching us...
It ended with Chaz, this, like, lithe, half-elf, half-goblin male, and Tomac talking about their vulnerabilities, and I believe Tomac took your hands.
Yep. So good. So pure.
And that's where it ended. However, elsewhere, unbeknownst to everyone else, was Tikal relaxing in a tree and looking at her portrait. Mm-hmm. But she looked incredibly frustrated. The opposite of the feeling you all got. But that's player knowledge, not character knowledge, because Kyle loves dramatic irony. And that's where we're going to start. So I'm sort of just, again, going to turn it over to you. The meta plots are out there. There was the jailbreak at Kalaman Prison. Right. Specifically on Dante.
Mm-hmm. Right.
One of basically the first princess of the former ruling family of the Populous Empire, was locked in there as like war collateral so that the Dante family did not fight back against the Veloce family, who are the current ruling family of Populous. There was also the Hierophant and several other incredibly dangerous criminals that escaped. Just get some water.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It'll never
It's
stop.
not
You
stop.
know
You
it's
want a
gonna...
Tums?
No, it's fine.
it's
It's because
grippy.
I'm drinking alcohol.
And so
It was happening before. You just missed all of the other ones.
you all have, like, there's Jara Kultan is out there, but Raglan, before she left, your last conversation with her, Roshani, was one of acceptance and love. She gave you the location of your twin brother, Rosham, who has become a fully fledged reclaimer for Kyrok. And she told you that she was going to gather her personal party, and they were going to set out to stop Jara Kultan before she could claim any more of the artifacts of Kyrok. Yeah, she'll succeed. Don't worry, she'll be fine.
She'll be okay.
Thank you so much, Kyle.
You're the worst.
Surely.
And that was the last time you spoke to your...
Those are the last words you said to your sister. I said that last week, yeah.
Yes, you did.
Weird. Why would I say that?
You're a mean person.
So, I would say, unless you have something you want to do the next morning, what have you been up to, let's say, for the past 2 weeks?
I am searching through magic stuff. I'm gonna find some magic stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, are you
So,
punching
like-
the magic thing?
So, like,
No, I'm biting
when
magic
you say
stuff.
looking for magic stuff, are you going to stores for magic items? Are you going to libraries to, like, research magic? Are you going to, like, mages' guilds, I guess?
I'm gonna... Okay.
I assume there are guilds.
Alright. So, I know, like, two...
There are adventurers in the Adventurers Guild that you're a part of.
Yes. So, I know, like,
2 people.
2 people who know magic, 3 people who know magic, and I think that before I even talk to them like a smart person, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at like magical stuff in stores.
Okay.
And be like, yo, what does this do?
It's not
What is
like 2 of your good friends happen to be magic-based.
Yeah.
Tight! Okay. So for that, since you're sort of just perusing and like chatting folks up, could you give me a streetwise?
Ooh. Yay! I did something with that.
Yeah, I
Did
think
you?
Yes.
So the difficulty is going to be 2,
seemed uneasy about it.
and that's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I got. Oh, we got somebody. Anything for the crowd? All of the things.
What?
We have Osmodean. Pleasure to have you in the stream.
Thank you for telling us we.
No, that was somebody else.
Oh, well, hi, other person.
So you fail.
I failed.
Oh, yes.
But something good does happen.
Oh,
So you don't find anything magical on your own accord. But you do. Oh yeah, right. You track your results.
I always forget, and then I'm like, no!
And
And
messed up her entire
so
chart.
Now I'm doing it proper.
So you're well. Actually, I'll change the song from the tense. Can we just skip it? Thank you for the follow. It's very much appreciated.
That means we're affiliates now of Twitch.
Can we just skip it? Oh, because we broke 50.
Yeah!
I don't think we're affiliate. Oh, whatever.
It's
We'll
affiliate.
look into all that shit.
I don't want to move.
Thank you for the follow,
Thank you.
Garfunkel. There we go.
I needed one more. We were at 50, but for some reason it didn't proc. So I think it's 50 and above.
So,
that's why.
you can't find any, like, because Chaz is dumb, right? Like,
Chaz is not.
No, he's not.
He's of normal-ish. What's normal intellect?
2.
Yeah, he's of normal
I think
intellect.
all of us are pretty normal,
But he
actually.
is not like.
Two.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
2 is the human
He doesn't
average.
use it all the time. He's kind of like, I can bite shit. Why would I think?
Yeah. Chaz has always struck me as kind of the dumbest member of the
I
party.
think
He's
he-
not dumb,
no,
but he's not as smart.
I think he likes to work through instinct.
He's impulsive.
Yes.
Okay.
That's totally.
So, yeah, you've sort of just been growing impatient.
Find some magic shit.
And as you're sort of like browsing through, let's say like a stall that has a bunch of magic scrolls.
Is this magic? Is this magic?
Yeah, like you're holding up like bits and baubles.
Are these magic?
You do hear a voice from behind you, because like the shopkeep is just done with you. And the voice goes, "Nope."
Turn around. Who is it?
You've seen this person before. It's a large kobold man, dog person.
Right.
Shaggy bangs over his eyes. Very, very well dressed with a huge bident, which doubles as like a tuning fork on his back. Old, like gray and white fur. He is part of the Rainmakers Guild.
Yeah, I saw him that other day.
He was at the bath the other day, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, not magic.
Is this magic?
Takes it out of your hands. looks it over. Yep.
You did it.
Okay, what does it do?
It's like a little spoon. And he says, "How much is this?" to the shopkeeper. And, it's like 5 coins. And so he puts 5 coins down for you. I do want to stress, like, magic is a commodity. It's super prevalent. Magic items are everywhere. Like, running water is the result of magic. Like, magical torches and stuff like that. Like, the city is lit at night. Like, it is, magic runs this show. And so he says, "You want to see?"
Sorry, I checked.
"Follow me." And he just walks off before you can answer.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go right after him and not check
He
the
pulls
chat.
up to like a like a beverage stall. Like it's one of those like Japanese style like outside stalls where it's like the cloth overhang and
That's kind of cool.
yeah, there's like a lot of like bottles back here, and all of these bottles seem to be held in like carved ever ice. So it's like ice that doesn't melt.
Fancy
He looks at it and goes, "Dang it. You got anything warm?" The serviceman sort of goes, "I'm not really sure. We have water. We can get you warm water." He says, "Thank you. Water will be fine." And he puts a coin down.
There's nothing. I know, but it's
Puts
cute.
down like a glass mug, pours out a pitcher of water.
I like this
into
dog
it.
man.
His name's Berkeley.
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 What a good dog name.
Is the stream fluctuating?
No, I think it's fine. I didn't.
Because I hear the computer just buzzing, so I just want to keep an eye on it because sometimes it does that.
I will
So,
take a look.
Berkeley takes the little spoon and he like.
It sounds like there's
Is it
the computer is like
Yeah.
overheating.
Yeah. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna check the
Oh,
computer.
we're just gonna check.
Just gonna check.
It just sounds very loud for us. I don't know if you hear it, but it sounded like it was having problems, like
Is it
the
hot?
little engine that could.
It's not super hot, but it's certainly warm.
If you remember what you used to do to your old laptop, maybe we can do
Yeah,
it for
just
that.
stack it. It's fine. Yeah, it's slowing down. It sounds like it just got a little hot. We'll keep an eye on it. It's
It
no
looks
big.
a little brief.
Thank you for the follow, Asmodem.
Yay! Thank you, Asmodee!
So, sorry for that
Sorry.
interruption. We're trying a new setup today, so we're keeping like extra close eyes on everything.
Working
I
on
just want to make sure it works. Yeah,
Did I
it is.
change the
It is.
track?
He says it's doing fine so far. So.
Cool, cool. If anything happens, please let us know.
Yes,
so that way we can fix it.
I'm checking the chat.
I'm trying.
Oh, I'm doing my darndest. Oh wow, we have 6 viewers. Wow.
One of them is me.
One is not me.
So, I don't know.
It's a
why
water
that tickles me
water
so much.
spoon thing.
He like extends the the mug of water to you and goes, sip it.
Okay, I'm gonna sip it.
Sip it and drip it.
It's warm water. It's like lukewarm water. It's not.
Okay.
That's a rarity in Kyrak, because Kyrak is so fucking cold.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. He puts the mug down and he stirs it with the spoon, and the mug kind of frosts a little bit. And he goes, okay, drink up. And now it's ice cold.
Whoa! Does that work on a large scale? Can I turn like not just like water like in a mug into like ice things, but like ice cold, but like maybe like a river or like a pond?
Gonna have to stir a lot, but probably.
Cool.
That's actually pretty
That might be a lot of time. I might need something that
Probably
works faster.
days.
cool. Maybe. If you
Right.
got
Okay.
an
And he hands you the
enlarging
spoon.
spell.
All yours.
What a good time.
He sits down and then orders like an actual alcoholic beverage, and he begins to just sip on it.
Now what do I do with a fancy frost spoon? It's not quite what I was looking for. But it's mine anyway. Thank you!
Yep.
Dwight is also just a little bit intoxicated.
So is Chaz?
Thanks for being
is-
so honest.
Chaz is not quite himself today.
Happy
Maybe
birthday,
he-
Dwight.
Thank you.
So, so
We
then
got-
I'll
we
give you
got
a
her
little.
toasted for her
I'll give you a
birthday.
little assistance. Do you want to sit down with Berkeley, or do you want to bounce?
I don't know, because Dwight says I'm gonna sit down and talk to this man.
Okay, so then you sit down and talk to him.
I'm gonna sit down and talk to this man.
Should we come back to you?
No! This is great. This is perfect. Continue.
You get an alcoholic beverage that's way too
Yeah.
much for
Yeah.
you.
So yes, now Chaz is a little inebriated. It's perfect.
Woo!
Um,
Perfect. Drunk Chaz.
So the drinks have been silent. Berkeley did pay for your drink.
I love this man.
If you try to get a second one, he does not put up the coins for it.
No, I'm not gonna try to get a second one because that is irresponsible. He already gave me a spoon.
Very cold spoon.
So, do you say anything to him, or does this scene pass in utter silence?
I am gonna talk. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna ask him.
All right, get in character. You can do this. You got this.
I knew.
Oh my
It had to
god!
be a birth.
We're cutting you off.
How much pizza did
Birthday
you have?
fucking person.
2 pieces of pizza.
2. Might not be enough.
All right, so we're gonna come back to you. We're gonna let you recover.
Okay.
If you want, could you grab yourself some water, and if you could just bring my mug, it's on the
Where is it?
stove.
I see it.
See it?
It's a big
Thanks.
one.
It's already full. You just.
Yeah, I just forgot. What? Is something in it?
Yeah.
What?
There's like a little bug
Okay, just could you pour it out and just fill up a glass of water for me, please? Because I don't want bug juice.
This is so fun.
We're gonna jump to Clear Sky. So Clear Sky, what have you been up to in the past week?
I've been looking at the list that was up in my room and
By Berkeley. Yeah, for divine magic users.
Yes,
Okay.
and I still kind of really focused on having that artifactic stepper.
Okay. So are you looking into the I need to stress this. A lot of the people on this list are not in Populous.
Is there anyone close by in Populous? I feel
There
like
are two that are in Populous.
That's what I'm looking at then.
Okay, so you want to go and speak to them?
Mhm.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, we left the cake in there. Is it okay if we leave the cake in there?
That's why we turned the oven off.
Okay, I just didn't want it to overbake.
It's fine.
Or get a soggy bottom.
Overbaking is the opposite of soggy bottom.
Mary Berry would be so
Mary is so upset with you. So, yeah. So you want to go and look into one of these names? I don't have my name sheet with me. So,
Do you wanna make it
what race?
Thank you. I like you. What is it?
And my bugs equals free protein.
Stream filter.
So, pick a race. What race is this person you're going to? And that'll help you sort of narrow down a name.
What was the insect one?
We haven't had a.
Yeah, we haven't had one. What?
We haven't had one in so long that I forgot their fucking name.
I'm sorry. The insect race.
The insect people.
Oh,
I'll get it.
I never knew it to begin with, so.
The Ensif.
right.
They're like large cricket people.
Yeah.
So it's an
Like
Ensif.
Lawrence
new to the
hates
game.
crickets,
We made
but
that.
Clear Skies
Oh, cool.
That's why you don't know it.
That's
I
why
mean, like,
said,
there's
I'm
bug
like,
people
I
in a
don't
lot of
know.
fantasy
Yeah.
settings.
Yeah, we wanted to
But
make
yeah.
a new one. It's cricket people.
I was just like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so it's an Ensif, which we have never had any, and I haven't learned any names for.
Oh, sorry.
So, we
Bob.
will. No.
Kukaracha.
No.
Kuka.
Bob is the better of the names.
Yeah, you're funny,
happens.
my little Puerto Rican friend. His name shall be Jean Deg. Because that's a Thrycreen from a previous campaign I played, and that's close enough. So, Jean Deg. And he.
Was better.
Bob is the most best name ever.
Are you drunk too?
Not yet. This is on my third.
Fuck. So Jean Deg is a, we'll say priest rather than like a paladin or anything like that. He is a lay priest of the god of travel. Still haven't named any of the gods.
Actually,
to be honest,
with-
gods don't really feature much in these games.
with your follow, you will be affiliates. We will be affiliates, so wait for the sub next week if you don't mind.
Oh, is that what being affiliated gets you? It gets you the ability to sub.
Yeah. With your
There's
follow,
so much to look into.
with your follow, we will be affiliates. So please come back during the week, and you will totally be able to sub.
If you want.
No, he
Yes,
said
he
he.
would.
No, he actually
Oh, wow.
said he wanted to sub.
Damn.
So that's
Well,
why.
thank you. Holy shit.
Checking.
Okay.
The chat.
Please,
Sorry.
sober up and focus.
Alright.
It's very exciting. I am very
We're
excited.
very excited.
So
Sorry.
you meet Jean Deg, and he is at when you like go to like the high church where like the shrines of the various like pantheons of gods that are worshipped in Populous are. They tell you that Jean Deg is actually out at a Wayland shrine. Like it's maybe half a day's walk outside the town. You could get back and forth with like a horse easily in a day.
I guess because everyone else is like totally fine on their own right now. So if that's the case, then I'd be willing to.
You're gonna go out by yourself?
Yeah, it's not that far, right?
No.
No, I can do that.
Do you want to rent a horse or walk?
I want to rent a horse.
Okay. So you rent
Clear
like
Sky on a horse.
you rent like a little pony for Clear Sky. And you trot out what would have been like a 6-hour round trip takes you like 3, 4 because thankfully you move at a clip and you pay for a premium like enchanted pony, like a mage bred steed. So it's way faster than a mundane horse. And you get out there and sure enough, you find this like tiny sort of secluded shrine just off of an old footpath. And just sort of sitting there quietly is this Ensif man. Insectoid head, little antennae, I'll say 4 of them coming off the top of his head. Dressed very simply. Form-cut robes to, like, meld to his, like, different body than yours. Not even really wearing a holy symbol or carrying, like, a walking stick or anything. And he's sort of just tending to the shrine. You know, pulling off some of the ivy, washing some of it with, like, a bristle scrub or something like that. And he just seems to be working.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get his attention, I guess.
How?
Like, hi there!
So you say, hi there! And he sort of looks back quietly, like his, what's the word for, like, the multi-segment eyes? His
I know what you're talking
his
about.
buggy
I know what you
eyes.
mean.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
He turns and he looks at you, and his mandibles part, and he says, hello. Is there something I can do to help you? Do you wish to pay tribute for safe passage?
Well, I was actually told you might be able to help me with something else. I'm from the Rainmakers Guild, and I have this artifact here that broke, but it seems to be based on divine magic, and I don't know how to do that. So I was wondering if
His
you could...
face is very difficult to read. Ensif are pretty common. Wait, no, you're from Populous.
I'm from Populous.
Are you from, like, the Gripply part of Populous, or are you, like...
The Gripply part.
Okay, well, because, like, Gripply live in other
yeah.
parts, too, but, like, you're from, like, the swamps.
As Bodigan says, compound eyes.
Compound. There it is.
Thank you. That's
yeah,
awesome for me to see
compound
that.
eyes. And so Ensif and Crota, the, like, crocodile people, they are all common in the swampy region, where Gripply, the frog people, are also common. So you don't really have much luck sort of making out his face. His carapace has also sort of lost any luster that it might have had. He is very, very old. And he sort of looks you up and down and says, I'm terribly sorry, but how did you find me?
Oh, well,
I'm not terribly well known for my studies.
someone else from the Rainmakers Guild,
Oh, you're a rainmaker.
Mhm.
Who sent you then?
do you know a Bertley? Perhaps?
His eyes don't really light up, but he nods. Yes, Berkeley is an old friend of mine. Quite skilled stormcaller.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And he sort of like sets the broom that he's using down to rest against a stone. And he squats down, like puts his hands in between his like squatting legs so he can rest on his knuckles as well. And that's when you notice, like, underneath the robe, when he's hunched like this, there are, like, jagged marks on his back that sort of push against the robe. Yeah. He says, so, did you bring it with you?
Oh yeah, I have it right in my robe here.
So you take it out. You take out the broken foci for that warding ritual, and he takes it from your hands in like the cloth that you give it to him, and he sort of leans down and sets it in front of the altar. He begins to study it. He doesn't move very much. One thing that you know is that Ensif tend to kind of be a little twitchy. This homie doesn't at all. Like still as statue.
Homie, don't even.
And he looks it over. I'll give him a check. Actually, you know what? Is this the right person? Does this person know anything?
You're asking me.
I'm asking you. If yes, flip. If no, don't flip.
I say he knows something. I feel like he knows
Flip.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to give you the whole
Yeah, that's
mystery.
what I mean. If he knows, I feel like he knows something.
Very excited because it gives me something to do.
We'll get right back to you.
Yeah, and besides drinking your rosé,
Please.
I'm doing it. I'm
Y'all
living
are-
the dream.
You two are trouble tonight. Don't backslide. You were so good last week.
It's my part.
Oh boy.
All right, Mickey.
Oh boy. And he looks it over, and so he's not even gonna make a roll. He says, "Yes, this is a statue for Our Lady Underground. It's a goddess from Kyrak." What?
No, nothing.
She's very proud.
I love him. Or her. Who are you? I don't know. I love
Yeah,
you
we don't want to.
forever.
We don't want to misassume your pronouns.
Yes, please.
I'd say that's African.
Yeah, we want to make sure.
So, it seems as though this was used in a particularly potent warding ritual.
Yeah, it seemed to be pretty powerful when it was not broken.
He picks and he prods. Could you answer a question for me?
Sure.
Why was it warded against the divine?
What do you mean?
Why was it set to keep out holy things? Things of the gods?
I'm not sure. It did stop a...
I mean, I stressed very clearly, coral masses are divine as shit.
Oh, but I know that. But I'm saying I don't know why that was... Like, was that already set up in the church previous to these things showing up?
Oh, if that's something Clear Sky's wondering about for some reason, then yeah, she doesn't know that.
That's what I was thinking. But it did stop some really weird coral masses. Does Clear Sky know that's what the name is called?
No.
Monsters from attack. They seem to be...
Could you
divine.
describe these monsters to me?
Well, they
Dump it.
almost were like...
You wanna hit the dump?
I'm dumping it.
No,
So, are you telling him everything?
I trust this guy.
I don't know who you
I
are.
got a good feeling about
I
that.
just feel like that. Dump that shit right on his lap.
Oh my god.
Time out. 5 minutes in the room. She actually left.
I just missed something.
That is quite upsetting. And you said this hairless, naked dwarf was responsible.
Yes, he very much so.
I can give you information on him.
Oh, that was...
He was a former associate of mine.
Wait, what?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, in my previous life, we knew each other.
Your previous life?
Yes, in my previous life.
We're talking reincarnation here.
Are you,
I am having difficulty grasping how you, of all people,
Yeah,
cannot understand this
no,
concept.
Wait, is he a skeleton?
Exoskeleton.
Exoskeletons.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Called
I
it.
guess I didn't.
No, it's quite all right. Ensif. It is difficult for non-Ensif to see
Sorry.
us. And he lifts up sort of the back of his robe, and sure enough, in the back, the jagged things pushing against the robe is where his exoskeleton has split.
Okay.
And he is hollow inside.
Damn.
Actually, in one of his feet, there is like a sack of coins. And I use it as a purse.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's
Very
really
smart.
funny because once you said that, I was just like, exoskeleton.
Yeah, I knew you figured it out right away.
I have a thing against crickets, like, as a person, they bother me. So the idea of it's grossing me out, but Killer says like this is awesome.
So,
They just
okay,
I have a bad childhood experience.
When there is a spider person, I personally don't like them, but my characters are always like, you got 10 things? I know it's supposed to be 8, but not 10, but it's okay.
alright, so, he, sits down, says a quick prayer to the god of travel, and then you both head back to Populous. Elsewhere, Rashani, what have you been up to?
I was actually going to go talk to my best friend to call.
To call is always difficult to find. So I am going to make you roll to find to call.
It's really funny because I wanted to go to like the restroom, but you're like my best friend to call. I'm like,
Guess
Never
I'm
mind.
sitting. I guess I'm
Just sitting
sitting.
down.
To call
That extra
stealth,
bitch is on the
it's 2 red and a perp.
2 red and a
She's
purple.
got 2 ranks of stealth.
nice.
Is she actively trying to make sure I don't find her?
I mean, she hides, yes.
All
She
right.
can't stand any of us.
She's very extra.
I'll give you a 2 blue because she's not actively hiding from
That's
you.
good. Okay.
Is that fair?
So when am I?
Perception.
Oh, perception then. Great.
You have
Perception.
perception, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Oh, never mind.
All
Thank
right.
you, Osmodean. They're easily distracted. I appreciate that.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm.
What did he do?
He said he's gonna stop distracting you 2 goons.
Look.
Flip
Flip
it,
one down.
just so I can actually have a
You'd
chance.
actually, before you get rid of the purple, you would downgrade the red. At least I think that's
I
how it
feel like
works.
it's always worse that way.
If you want to do 2 red and a purple, I'll allow it.
No, it's fine. It's just the purple always fuck with me.
Okay. Sucks to suck.
Ooh.
And
Well,
this time it was
it's
the
all
red.
It was-
Your chances are okay. That's about as good of a roll as you could hope for.
Maybe you'll be fine.
I
She's
win
fine.
by
You
1.
get exactly 1 success.
Woo!
So,
I forgot what success looked like. That sounds a little bit more.
you
Morbid than it was.
arrive
Yeah.
at a park near the Adventurers Guild, and you know the tree that she is chilling in. And you find Tikal, and she's sort of just like laying up in this tree, still sort of like Johnny Cool, leaning back. She looks down and she goes, "Oh, it's the big one.
Is that really what you call me?
Not to your face."
No, I like it. It's actually, I always thought it was small.
"Bitch, where?" Tikal says. "What do you want, big one?"
Where?
"Bitch, where?"
I just
Right. That means
thought we could talk about that. And she points over to the crossbow that's probably near her.
She looks up. It's like the strap of this like ornate, perfect masterwork construction crossbow. She has just like slung it against a branch, and it's just like against the tree, just like chilling. Just oh, yeah. I was gonna fence it.
Oh,
I mean, I got magic. Why would I need this?
I mean, magic puts you under a lot of stress, so...
Maybe for chumps. For a girl with a big body, you sure do tire yourself out real quick. You want to know who doesn't pass out when they cast magic? Tikal!
I just thought, since I know the person who forged that,
Oh, you do?
that maybe I could show you the tricks of it. But if you want to hawk it anyway, I mean, it's up to you.
Charm.
I don't have charm. I have negotiation.
She too has negotiation.
Fuck.
It's her only social skill.
Alright.
Because she used to negotiate
Can
prices for her
can I
black
try
market deals.
to...
No, oppose negotiation,
Yeah.
yeah. So, presence is like her best stat, because she is a presence caster.
I am also a presence caster to call.
Oh shit. So she has
Weird.
1 rank, so it's red 2 perp.
Red 2 perp.
Red 2 perp.
God, to call.
She better than you? Oh!
Exactly.
It's
the
even.
same.
Da, 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 da. Perfect.
Please.
Oh.
I win.
Holy shit!
I win,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. You guys are squeaking by with these checks. She goes, "All right, I'll bite. It helped. I know it was a push, but I'll give it to you. All right. What do you got, muscle girl?
Well,
Seems like a weapon for..." And she like gestures at like her, she's a bird person. She has rather slender arms. She goes, more for someone like me, maybe less for someone like you. Isn't there like a rock you could be teaching me to use?
I mean, for fragile creatures like you, sure. But
Of course I'm fragile. How else can I fly?
you can't fly. Oh, I would never say that. That would be mean.
She would leave the fucking party.
That would be really mean.
She would probably attack you.
She's clipped. I can't say that.
She has been clipped.
No.
That would be the worst shit you could say.
I'm just saying.
Exactly what fucking Chaz would
What drunk Chaz would say.
I'm just saying before you sell it, maybe you should
No,
know
please,
about it.
please. It did help us, keep that crazy bitch frozen, so maybe it'll be useful. And she takes the crossbow off, takes the quiver of bolts, jumps out of the tree. Unlike most aviasts, she cannot glide out of the tree, so she does just sort of land. She goes, all right, what do you got?
She's a natural treasure.
Do you have any ranks in ranged?
In range? No, but
So then
I
you're not
was
teaching her
raised-
how to use the crossbow.
No,
You're teaching
no.
her, like, secrets.
Secrets of the crossbow because my father made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're sort of working on the crossbow, you don't even need to roll for this because
okay.
you know Hammond's handiwork.
Yeah.
So like what's special about this? You tell me.
I wanted to say that there is like if you there's an extra sight on the thing if you pop it up, and there's also a compartment for extra ammo at the side, but you can also use it for snacks because that's what I used to do with looking at.
She immediately just jams a bunch of berries into it and closes it,
Yeah.
and it like squishes shut, bursts all the berries.
Maybe more hardy things like seeds. I've done seeds before.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Good.
If you like squishberry jam, go ahead, make squishberry jam in it.
I'll let him ferment.
That's actually a really good idea, believe it or not.
Yeah, think with your head.
Also, and she takes the canisters. It's really easy to make specialized ammo, which you know.
Do your voice.
Which you know, because I've done... Shut up, 20.
Sorry.
Because, of course, I've done the freeze bolts, but there are other ones that I can make to you if you want a specific type.
So you are an alchemist.
I'm good at alchemy.
Okay, so then yeah, you're an alchemist. Whatever. Well, I'm not really sure what bolts you could create that I couldn't just do with magic, but if you want to practice your craft, I wouldn't say no.
If you
How do you know all this? How do you know all this stuff?
Well,
Was this guy your master?
no. You know how I would have sent it back with Raglan if...
Hmm?
But it's because our father created it.
Oh.
Oh,
Is everyone else in your family more successful than you?
yes.
I'm starting to get that impression.
You just walk away. You're done. You're like,
I'm
turn
done.
around, done.
So
Yeah.
Carl's an asshole. Like, you guys are reforming her. It's not going to be friendly.
Yes. That's a way to put it.
Hmm.
The man
Cool.
have to admit that.
Maybe you should be more like them.
I have tried for a long time, and it seems that doing me doing me seems better.
You do you. Except I'm not here. Don't.
She sort of like nods her head back and forth. Yeah, all right. I can actually respect that big one. It's not bad. Do you then? Thank you for the lesson.
You're welcome. She seems.
She
really-
flies off. she like sings. She whistles her little song. Those like iridescent purple wings
Did
magically
she
appear.
take her gun?
And she flies away with the crossbow.
Judgmental. Bird is judgmental.
Judgmental word is judgmental.
All right. She tried.
Why? Did you have something else you wanted to talk to her about?
I just wanted to try to have a conversation with her, but she flew away.
You can grab her. You can grab her ankle.
Silky, grab her ankle.
Okay, so you grab her and you pull her back down. Turns out she was only like play flying away.
Oh, she wanted me
She
to
would
chase
have. She
her?
would have flown away if you didn't stop her.
All right.
Oh, you want me to stay? Oh, you must really be falling for me.
I appreciate your company. If you didn't fly away from me.
What do you want?
I just.
None of you have ever talked to me without an ulterior motive. I know what this is.
Excuse me, I talked to.
Shh! Shut up! Shut up, drunk
About
Dwight.
the mines for like 20 minutes.
Look.
Be quiet. We'll
right.
get back to you.
I just, when we were in a pretty bad spot back there.
Which one?
She chuckles, and then, what was the place called again?
You were in Ave.
In Ave. You seemed reluctant to leave us behind. I was just wondering why that was. I mean, I gave you an out. I told you to go to the prison, and you didn't take it.
You don't have charm, huh?
Actually, no. my charm does run on a presence, but I thought, I have a good boy over here that runs on charm. Literally, it's in his blood. So I might as well do
Who's that?
negotiate.
Oh. Chaz is an idiot.
Chaz is an idiot, but Chaz is charming.
He's
You can give me your charm versus her discipline, and it's a red and a purple. Mm-hmm. You want to change the pool?
Yeah, let's make this a...
Okay.
Let's hope for God. Okay.
That's not bad.
Maybe it'll be
Dog,
fun.
you've been doing so well.
It's a push.
It's a
With
push.
one advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going to get it this scene.
No.
But that means the advantage means you can probably get it this session if you find a good way and time to follow up with the call.
Okay.
She goes, listen. The way I saw it, you needed me. And I wasn't sure that flying directly into a prison with a bounty on my head was exactly the best plan. So
Should be wrong.
So yeah. That's why I was hesitant to go. I could have just gone, I guess, I could have just gone another way.
I mean, that's what I assumed you would have done, but...
She, puts her head in her hands. Idiot.
No, I think you're pretty smart.
Oh, great. That means so much coming from you, Rashani. She's smarter than all of you. She has
Yeah, I
intellect
know.
for
Her intellect is harder than all of us.
She's smarter than all
We're
of you.
like, let's go into the belly of the beast, and she's like, are you sure, guys?
Give me the fucking phone. I'm done with this.
Judgmental bird is judgmental.
No.
No, the one after.
Bottom one. The bottom one.
So is carbon crust. The oven's off, thankfully. It's just sitting in the oven. This is mine now.
No.
Yes. You'll get this back when you've earned it.
No,
You fool.
I just wanted
So
to say
rude.
we couldn't have gotten out of that without you.
Yeah, I know. You were lucky I didn't leave.
Exactly. And that was a decision that you made before we even got to that point. So I just wanted to say thank you. I'm surprised the others haven't said that, but I just wanted...
I'm used to being the underappreciated one.
You're in a bad... But no, I just wanted to say that I feel like we haven't gotten to know each other besides our first encounter, and
Definitely wasn't great. You did kill my bird. And you did electrocute me.
I
Not
didn't...
dead.
You did punch me a lot.
didn't kill your bird, and I didn't punch you. I hit you with my rain stick. Totally different. So, I just thought I'd get to know you a little bit better. I mean, you did save our asses back there.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. I'm glad you know that. Maybe you aren't the stupid one.
I thought I was the big one.
You can have multiple titles. I think Chaz might be the stupid one.
Well, you're the bird one, I guess.
That's racist. So, elsewhere. You and Berkeley. You said you have questions?
Boom.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
All right, and going right back into where we were previous.
So he's just sitting there. Still a shaggy ass dog, man.
So, how can I find fancy magic stuff to give me awesome magic powers to survive fights with crazy powerful monsters and actually just other people who are super strong? You know magic stuff, so maybe you'd know how to do that, right? Like, because I'm like trying to. You do know? Okay, how do I do it? Wait, was the yes the yes was you to answering the question that was second?
Yep.
And the first question was, how do I do it?
What do you want to do?
I want to be safe from everything.
Okay. Stop fighting.
I am also an adventurer and I can't do that.
Be a baker.
That sounds delicious, but I can't bake.
Can't do magic either.
Nope.
Gonna learn a new skill. Maybe learn one that won't get you killed.
Is that baking? Because I've heard
Yep.
flour can also catch on fire.
You can't see his eyes, but you're pretty sure he raises one of his eyebrows.
Baking was a dangerous profession in my old town, so.
Cobbler.
Cobbler? I don't
thought
know what that
was
is.
his way of saying goblin was goblin.
Make shoes. Why you want to learn magic?
So I don't die when I
Why
am
don't you want to die?
adventuring. Because that sounds painful.
Why are you going into painful places?
Because that's where my friends are going.
Blame it on us. Throw us under the bus, but I'm
Right.
like, bitch.
Well, it sounds to me like you got no control over your life then.
That seems silly because I'm just controlling. I control it. I go where my friends go, and I like that.
Is that control or is that just going with the stream?
No, if I went with the stream, I'd, be hanging out with everyone else in slums. That would be way different.
Streams split in a lot of directions. Some are rapids and some are crooks.
You've got a lot of water analogies. You're a rainmaker, so I guess that makes sense.
Technically, I'm a storm caller.
Storm caller, rainmaker. It all sounds. They're synonyms. I know what that word means.
No, they're not.
Storm, rain. What happens during a storm? It rains. So, and caller and maker. Not exactly equivalent.
Well, clearly not suited to the arcane pursuits.
I don't know what that means, so probably
Who do you worship, boy?
worship.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Pray to.
no one. We don't have gods.
Cocks his head. Everyone's got gods. They're real. And they're waiting for us. Quantifiable proof. Now, do your folks not just like gods or refuse to believe in provable things?
There are no gods. You get what you take. You make what you have. I don't understand the question.
I see. So, divine magic's probably out too. You like to talk. Can you play?
I've knocked some rocks together.
Verse magic's probably out too then.
Well, there are like objects that like have imbued magical powers and stuff, right? That can do things.
Magic items.
Yeah, magic items.
Yep.
Yeah, ones that can help me.
You rich?
No.
Well, there's the rub. No coin, no items. Can you see spirits?
No.
There goes primal. Well, beans. Looks like you ain't no good for magic, and magic ain't no good for you.
But like you can like get things that have magic. Like I stole this off a crazy naked man.
He actually parts the hair from his eyes.
Does this have any magicalness?
May I? You
Sure.
can actually see his eyes.
Oh, cool.
They are sallow and tired and sunken in. What color are Berkeley's eyes? I know no one's ever seen them, but what color are they?
It's like blue, maybe?
So they're like blue husky eyes
Yeah.
almost.
Cool. Slightly horrifying. Here you go.
Takes it and he holds it and he. Where'd you get this, boy?
Off a naked dwarf man from
Yep, that's
crazy.
what I thought.
Yep. Oh, okay, that's weird.
But you thought that I knew exactly where this is from.
He sets it on the table. Hold this. Gives you his mug.
Got it.
In like a swifter motion than you've ever seen this old kobold move, he takes the head of the bident off, just like reaches back and pulls it off very quickly and ding, taps it, the holy symbol, with the tuning fork head that he's just removed.
Right.
It makes a resonant sound, and then the holy object turns into gold dust. It disintegrates.
Oh, well, that's
Not great.
Scoops it into his hand.
not optimal.
Puts it into a bag and ties the bag, and then he puts it into his coat pocket. Thank you.
That was.
He gives you 200 coins.
Oh!
I mean, I paid you.
I mean, okay.
That's
Cool,
amazing.
cool. What did you just. Boom.
Dispel. Destruction of magic. It's an unweaving of the song.
So.
The principles of magic. Are you not familiar?
I lived in rocks. I know rocks. That's all I know.
Kyrock has gods and goddesses.
Yeah, but like
Right.
in other places.
You are aware that all magic is part of the song, right?
I've never heard of this thing in my life.
Charm.
Yes.
That's exactly
You're an
what-
idiot. It is 3 red, though.
Oh.
His discipline is super high.
All right. Critical failure.
Do you want to
You got
touch the
this.
pool?
You know, I guess I could touch the pool.
God damn.
What am I doing?
You can downgrade one or upgrade to another yellow.
We had
I
so
don't care.
many, and now we have
I
so
already
few.
have all of the yellow ever in the world.
Okay, then roll, Bert. Are y'all? Yeah, it's a special system. It uses like proprietary dice. It's technically Genesis from Fantasy Flight, but Fantasy's D&D enough. They're interchangeable.
Yellow.
But yeah, because they're proprietary dice, we don't have our own sets. Yeah, that's one success. How many advantages and disadvantages can a human fucking roll?
All
Alright,
of
so
them.
so 2 good things.
Woo!
Those are
Alright.
Suck it. Sorry, let me write this down real quick.
You're friends with Clear Sky,
Yes.
so that'll get you a pass.
Woo! What's that? Wait, what?
Tell you what. I'll give you the 101 of magic.
Woo!
Alright?
You
Okay.
cast it.
Magic is the understanding or application of the song of creation.
Song of creation.
It's the song of the universe.
Song of the universe.
If you repeat what I say one more time, I will leave.
Got it. Right. Okay.
So, the song of creation is where magic and some believe all life comes from. It is the song of everything that is or will ever be. It is used to help scholars understand prophecies, to interact with the gods, but in a magical sense, it is used to understand how to cast things beyond normal mortality. Arcane magic is the study of the song. It's the physical writing down in books and scrolls of its notes and verses. By writing these verses and notes down, it can emulate powerful words from the song, which create spells. If you read off a passage from an entry of fire from the song, you can create a fire spell. Divine magic is the holy hymns of the gods, the closest beings to the song. By praising them, clerics such as myself can channel bits of their power directly from the song that birthed them to create miracles. Do you need me to repeat myself? You seem a mite confused.
Nope, I've been jotting it down. He's literally taking out.
You are literally taking notes, yeah?
He's literally taking notes.
Well, knowing how to write, I suppose, is a first step. Primal magic is the ability to play songs to appease the spirits. The spirits of nature are believed to be parts of the song itself. And by appeasing them with music, they can use their parts of the song to perform magic for you. That's what your friends Rashani and Clear Sky do. They appease the spirits, and the spirits in return for services rendered use magic. There will be times with primal magic where certain spirits are in more or less abundance, so certain spell types, such as water, will be more difficult to use. That is why it's the responsibility of rainmakers and storm callers to keep the balance of water and wind spirits, lest one overtake another and quench too many fire spirits or flood too many earth spirits.
Question.
Answer.
So, storm callers do
Wind.
Yes!
Wind,
Got it.
lightning, spirit synthesis. There's many more spirits than the core five.
Got it. So it is different. I got it now. I understand it now.
Even I do not fully understand it. But you have a passing knowledge.
Passing knowledge. I've got a passing knowledge. He's like
So tell
to
me
other
then.
people around him. He's like, passing knowledge. Got it.
The only person here is the bartender.
Bartender is cleaning up.
He's just like,
Cool.
Knowledge.
So tell me, this'll. No, he doesn't know your real
he
name.
doesn't know my real name.
Tell me, Chaz.
Cheese.
That's my name for now.
What do you think verse magic is?
We didn't go over that, right?
No.
Okay, so verse magic. So if arcane is the study of books and scrolls and
Yeah, so like
reading
in this
and
world, spell books
writing.
are like sheets of music paper.
Got it. So and then divine is something about holy hymns and God, I don't know, songs. Primal is playing songs for spirits, appeasement. So verse is words, speaking, song, sing, words. I don't know.
At least you admitted you did not know.
Hey, I'm
Verse
smart enough to know when I'm
Is
done.
one of the most dangerous types of magic.
Dangerous. Oh, cool. That sounds really good. Like
It is
I will
the
not do it.
ability to play parts of the song of creation without a conduit.
So primal uses a conduit.
The spirits.
The spirits.
The gods are my conduit.
Got it. Oh.
Verse magic has no conduit.
No conduit.
It's incredibly dangerous if performed incorrectly. Do you understand?
Yes. Do I know anyone that does that?
Takal uses verse.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Verse isn't so verse is sort of like part bard, part basically every magic is bard magic.
Yeah.
But verse is kind of the sorcerer of this magic system.
Okay.
It's one where rather than study, you sort of intuitively know parts of the song. But if you fuck up a performance,
Oops.
there is a bad backlash.
Got it. Yeah.
And that are the 4 forms of known magic. They all dance with one another under the song. Each one is simply a different step.
Learn to dance.
No, dance is a metaphor.
Oh. Dance is a metaphor. Got
Puts
it.
the hair back on. So you do that.
Done with your shit.
So why do you want to do magic?
Because magic is stronger than biting people.
A sword is stronger than biting people.
I am not good with
Stream okay? That stream's good.
anything.
Catherine, do I have to take your phone?
No, you're good.
No, you're good. You don't even need to take my phone.
Focus on the game, please.
I
I
am.
know it's exciting that we have a chat, but please. I want you to be honest with me, Chaz. Why is magic so important to you?
Well, I am I'm not good.
You need to stop stuttering. I want you to be direct with me, son.
I'm not good with a lot of things. I'm good at biting. I am pretty good at biting. I am somewhat okay at throwing knives at people's eyeballs, but when they're magic and they don't die after you hit them in the eyeball with a knife, there is a serious issue because the only magic can save you now. And biting?
No,
no matter
magic
how much
will
biting.
not stop him.
Well, magic will not stop him. That's just great. We're all dead.
It will take more than just magic to stop him.
There's more than magic.
Frankly, I am more amazed that you are not asking me how I know these things.
How do you know these
No.
things?
Too late.
Too late.
Too late for that. I will tell you what, Chaz. Why did you not ask Clear Sky to teach you? Or your avious friend? I know it is not my business to pry, but why do you grope around in the dark when you have torches nearby? Are you too proud? Too afraid to seem vulnerable? Because if these are truths, then you should not pursue magic, for it will kill you. Any magic, if used incorrectly, will destroy your body.
That is good to know. And to answer your question, I am not highly intelligent.
No, you are not. Have you considered learning a martial art that is designed to counteract magic? There are many schools of sword and spear play that can counter magic. Not perfectly. Magic is incredibly powerful. But there are ways to prepare one's body and mind for the Eldritch. Eldritch means magic.
You?
Yep. Really?
Notes are important.
I can respect that.
There's nothing left in my glass.
So you wish for a magic item to augment your physical ability.
Yes.
And what sort of item would you be searching for, Chaz?
I don't know. Something that maybe I don't know how magic works, even though you just explained it to me. I kind of get it, but I don't specifically.
That is
So,
the first wise thing you've said all day.
hey, I said that I was not smart before.
That was not wise.
Oh. Well, intelligence and wisdom are things that
Bitch, this ain't D&D. We don't have a wisdom stat in this game.
Bitch.
There are things I don't know. I only have 2% cunning and 2% intellect.
There's an intellect stat in this game.
Why are we all
And a cunning
suckers?
stat in this game. Cunning
So-
seems to be like wisdom.
Shit, what did I just say?
I forgot because someone sidetracked me. Flip one of them over to the dark side.
No, we have plenty of darks, please.
No, we're doing it. He's the DM. And I respect that power.
Thank
Do you?
I don't like it, but I respect it.
Think about what it is you want. And then-
That's right. Since I don't know how magic actually works, I want something. I don't know if it can do it, but I want something that when I am wearing or have an item in my hand, on my person, that can make me less vulnerable to death.
So,
To
armor.
dying. I don't know about armor because I am not big, and all of the people that I know who wear armor are big and can wear armor. Like, boom, wear an armor, and doesn't do anything to me, and I am just.
Do you wish to be harmed less, or when you are harmed, to be harmed less substantially?
So one is get less harm. The other is you are harmed, but less harmed when you are harmed. You know what? Less harmed when you are harmed sounds really interesting, even though I'm still harmed.
Takes a ring off his finger.
I'm wondering when he's just gonna just
Pushes a ring to you.
Okay.
Pushes a ring to you.
It's really close.
That is a ring.
And it is now yours.
Is that expensive?
Very. Do not ask why.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna. I just.
And?
Should I? Do I wear this? Is this thing? Is this actually happening? Is this actually happening to me right now? Are we? Thank
You
you.
begin- He puts his hand back. You are
Manners.
welcome.
Do I wear this? Do I just put this on? Do I just do it?
It's the one ring, put it on.
There's no like Dark Lords attached to this or anything. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my finger for safekeeping because that's what happens.
While you are wearing this ring, your soak increases by 1.
Ooh, I like that.
Silk ring.
Oh my god, I love
Such a
that.
sponge ring.
I have
Such
so
a good
many
sponge
You
ring.
feel tougher.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna 4. It's 1
Spongy yum yum ring.
ring. Got
The
it.
magic you feel in your body right now is intoxicating. Do not let it trick you into thinking you are invulnerable to harm, despite how it feels now. That is not the truth. You are simply more resistant.
Right. Yes.
Do not get drunk on this.
I'm already drunk, but not on this.
Good. I will be off then.
Okay,
Say hi to Clear Sky for me.
I will.
And he heads out.
Bye, sir. I'm going to stumble my way back to you
It's like 1 in the afternoon.
friends and family. I'm already intoxicated.
It's 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock.
Margaritaville.
And now my kidney is functioning.
Go.
Okay.
You're fine. I think the fighter broke. Do you want to do your scene?
What scene?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
I'd like to.
you don't have one. Because
I
we
do.
don't
I
have
don't
Clear
have
Sky.
one. I have one.
We haven't been to Clear Sky
Okay, go to Clear's.
You haven't been to me? Yes, you did.
in a while. We went bang, bang, bang.
Oh, it's been a bit, yeah.
It's been a bit.
Fine.
I just want to see if Kat was paying attention.
Was,
She's always
100%.
paying attention.
She's on her phone.
Yeah, or I'd be trying.
Always paying attention.
um,
I should just get my fidget spinner out.
From the Supreme Court.
whatever.
Supreme Court.
My only complaint is bad audio. So, you return to the town, to the city of Populous. And this traveler heads directly into the slums.
I'm following him also.
He lives in a small shack in a dead-end street in, the part of this town that you're familiar with. He opens the door. It's kind of dingy in here, but it's well maintained. And he gestures inside.
Go in.
He shuts the door behind him.
Like that.
It's rather large in here. And
Large for like normal people or large for like me?
So as an Ensif, he is taller than most humans. Like they're
so
quite
this is
tall.
very big for me.
It's very large for you. And he says, he like takes out like a stool and he sets it down for you.
Thanks.
So, where did you encounter him?
Should I? Because I forgot the name of the town.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's Ave.
Like Ave Maria.
Yeah, because it was a holy town. So he escaped from Calaman.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
We heard there was a bunch of people who escaped from there.
This is most disheartening. There was a time when he was a friend of mine. This was hundreds of years ago.
Oh, so it's been some.
There's no way this dwarf could be like hundreds of years. He looked like he was maybe 20.
I mean, he seemed pretty young when I saw him.
The result of a ritual. It is also the cause of his fortitude, his ability to die but not die.
What kind of divine magic allows for that?
It is a god I am unfamiliar with, but he found tomes in a classical era ruin.
I see.
When he consulted them, he became lost, almost intoxicated by the magic that they held. His spells, his prayers were of another level. And so, when I perished, he was one that took me back home. But in the other world, his body was wrong. His flesh was incorrect.
Incorrect?
Yes, incorrect. I know this is difficult to explain, but even after so many decades or centuries, it is still the only word that my mind can rationalize. He's not mad. He has a goal. He has ambition. But he is wrong.
There's no way that you know of to counteract this magic, is there?
No. I'm sorry, I do not. I do, however, know where he found these tomes. This information I can provide unto you. If I perhaps had an article of his.
My friend definitely has that right now. 100%.
Then fetch it. I would very much like to see if I could find some part of his aura on it.
Yeah, definitely will do that.
So for you, because you had to ride out, it's now about 7 at night as you get up to leave. And as you leave, the door just opens in front of you. And Berkeley is standing there.
Oh.
We got a prop.
Oh, hi, Berkeley.
Clear sky.
How's it going?
He steps in and shuts the door behind him. He sits down. I understand now. The pieces make sense. You met him.
Yeah.
No.
Shit. You've never heard Berkeley use profanity before, ever.
I'm such a good dog. You can't.
Shit.
Oh Jesus.
So Berkeley info dumps his interaction with Chad, basically. Chad.
Yes.
Chad.
Hey
They're
guys,
both douchey
I'm
names.
Chad. I'm a pledge this year.
What do you
I
play?
hope to make it into the frat.
Chaz has already made it into the frat. Okay.
Chad is trying to follow in his big brother Chaz's footsteps.
Oh my god.
Like their dad, Chet.
God damn it.
Joke's on you, Chaz has no younger siblings.
Snack tons. So, well, beans. He takes out a bag and he pours out just a bunch of gold dust.
Okay.
That was his holy icon.
Did-
Are you kidding me? This is the first time, like, even you can read the emotion on his face. He's, like, mad at Berkeley. And here is something even more extraordinary. Berkeley, like, retracts a little bit. Like, his ears, like, Berkeley, you impulsive fool.
I'm guessing this is bad.
He's a good dog. He's trying to get rid
I
of it.
trained you better than this.
Dun 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 dun.
Berkeley is, like, his hair is a little on end, and he occasionally, like, looks over at you.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, it does sort of dawn on you. Oh, of course Berkeley had it master.
That does make sense.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do. I acted on impulse.
Where is this happening?
This is in the shack in the punk district.
Okay.
What exactly what happened with that?
He also acts on impulse, just like Jazz.
He gave me a fucking ring.
Yeah, he likes you.
My apprentice, Berkeley, had a run-in with him before his imprisonment during his tutelage under me. Berkeley was almost killed.
Dun, 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 dun.
The situation left my apprentice quite afraid to use his magic for a long time. Gave him quite a fear of death. You've let your cowardice get the better of you again, Berkeley. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Well, there's nothing that we can do about it now. I will see what I can do with these gold dust. When I have something, I will inform you.
Thank you for your help with this. Should I give him because he still have the artifact pieces too?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
There actually might be something we can do with this. Berkeley, I need you to go somewhere for me. Send a message to Parab. We need a fire spitter.
Sorry, that sounds kick-ass.
Yeah,
Fire
they spit
spitter.
fire.
Woo!
We haven't gone to Parab yet, but it is the most fleshed out like culture in the setting. And so I'm just trying to get it over to here.
Cool.
I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Eventually.
Because someone's homeland is right next to it.
Weird.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'll get to it right away, sir. Clear sky, you have a lovely day. Evening. Have a lovely evening.
Berkeley, thank you for I guess the list of stuff you maybe Never mind.
This. He's like.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's like trying to hold your big frog mouth shut, and just like his fingers keep like getting stuck like in the holes of the bone.
This is
No,
so weird.
Please get off.
It just feels more personal than it should have been then.
What
Oh.
list?
I meant the list of
Names
nothing
of my
that
He
I
sees,
like.
and he just
Uh,
picks it out of your
oh,
robe, opens the list. He like rolls it up and like bops Berkeley on the nose with it.
No! He's gonna think he's such a bad dog.
Why did you not just send her to me?
You know that like still of what's his face from Walking Dead where he's doing the face?
Yes.
That's my reaction.
No!
Why would you do that?
It's all right. Get out.
I can think
okay, I guess I'll.
I'm sorry. There's no need for fronts anymore. Go away.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. I guess. Sure.
She scrambles out.
So you and Berkeley both walk out. And Berkeley is content to walk back in silence unless you say something.
So,
We just get shot?
That's what it sounded
There's
like.
always gunshots. It's fine.
there's not. Right?
Fireworks, gunshots,
Yeah, those are totally different things.
cars.
I always think that they're like pop guns, but we're in the
I always like
21st.
to think that no one gets murdered.
It's like-
That's my
I'm sure they're just in the woods fucking around. Yeah, so you say something to Berkeley, I assume?
Yeah, I guess. So he, I guess taught you Berkeley?
Yes. I was fortunate to have such an attentive and skilled master.
He seems kind of scary.
Old age has made him substantially less intimidating.
Oh, I guess that's actually terrifying.
Yes.
Well, he,
Please don't tell anyone about this, Clear Sky.
Of course, I won't say.
I know that you don't owe me anything, but I would appreciate it if you could do me this favor.
Of course, Berkeley. No problem. I do think, that he must have been pretty good, though, because you're, pretty cool, I guess.
Yes, Horatio. I have my flaws, Clear Sky.
I suppose. But it's
What?
fine.
Tell that to your friends. And then that's when you guys walk through the door and he just heads up to his room.
Wait. Can I meet them outside?
Why?
Because I want to find Clear Sky.
So you're waiting in the lobby.
Yeah.
Rashani, where are you right now?
I don't know. I went back because obviously Takal is done with me today.
So in the lobby you meet Chaz, who has been sitting there for several hours.
Can I help you?
No, I'm waiting for Clear Sky. It's okay.
Oh, do you want to wait in her room or near?
No, I was just gonna wait here so that I can leave afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah, no, this is real quick.
okay. Do you want company or something?
I mean, you can stay if you want. That's cool. I mean,
Do
it's-
your voice.
All right. And she sits down.
So you guys have like dinner here. It's provided.
Ooh,
And Berkeley and Clear Sky walk in together.
cool. Clear Sky. Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
Berkeley says hi. That was it.
Berkeley
Love her.
says bye.
Berkeley
He walks upstairs.
Hey, who's Berkeley? Who's Berkeley?
I mean, he just woke up
The big dog
big
man.
dog.
Oh!
Like,
Does she
He's
know Berkeley?
part of the guild.
Yeah.
Yes.
Storm
He's in your
Caller.
guild.
Should've known.
Yeah, he's Berkeley. You
He's-
love him.
He's your friend?
He's a storm caller,
Yeah.
which is what Clear Sky is,
Yeah.
which is different than a rainmaker because rainmakers do water and storm callers do wind and lightning.
That's
That's
very
actually
true.
very
You've
well
seen us do that
informed,
a few
actually.
times. Actually.
You've seen us do it
We-
though.
we've
Like
been
you
here.
know, right? We've done it for you. And she runs after Berkeley really good. Oh, sorry.
You'll never escape.
Sorry, Berkeley.
Berkeley turns around.
Out of character.
Berkeley.
Yes.
I made this potion for you. You said you were having a little whenever it rained, your bones hurt a little bit.
My
And
leg.
Yeah. So I figured this might help actually, if you don't mind.
He takes it.
She's a good girl.
Medicine.
It's more like a alchemy thing. It should taste like cherries.
If you like that shit.
If you like that
This
shit.
must have cost you a fortune.
No, I made it myself.
You're an alchemist.
I am.
Dabble.
I dabble in alchemy.
Am I a test subject?
No. I tested that. That's experiment number 450.
That is a great many experiments.
Mhm.
Thank you, Rashani.
Yeah, just take it at night before bed, and that way it won't give you a weird taste.
The whole potion?
No, you can take a sip every night.
Thank you. And he walks into his room and quietly closes the door.
She takes out a notebook.
450.
she notes the time and not an experiment.
Triss, huh?
No.
I've seen Triss Brios before.
No, Tris Brios would have just stabbed him with the potion. And just went.
So you return to the lobby. Actually, while she's up there, you two can have your thing because she left.
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that Berkeley said hi.
Oh, that.
Oh. And so the night ends.
And then I go back. That's literally it.
I
While he
appreciate
was there, I wanted to tell you.
God damn it. And here I wanted to have something with Tomac, but he's gone.
Actually, Tomac is in the room when you return.
My fault.
Tomac, he has some more of those like books that he was given by Ray from back in Jepson.
Oh, that's right.
And he's sort of like
The
reading them
confusing
over.
one.
He has like a tiny little scale, or I'm sorry, like a tiny little abacus.
Okay.
And he's like sort of taking notes and sort of moving the little beads on the abacus around. It looks like he probably knows what he's doing, but he's like, no, yeah.
What you doing? What you working on?
Part of my training with Ray was about handling finances, which is a fancy word for money.
Yeah, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
Teach you that one?
It just means money.
Yeah.
So basically I'm doing our money stuff. And
How's that going? Cause
can you read an abacus? Well, the abacus.
Yeah.
Oh, well then you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had to
So no.
we had to math.
Why, are we still at the point where you're lying to me?
No. What?
Chaz,
Tomac.
Tomac says.
That's his name.
No,
You
I
love
actually had to know how to use an abacus.
Oh. Well, he points to the abacus. You guys have almost no money left.
That is not great. Ooh, hey, look at this. I got
Constant
this
armor
today.
repair.
Boom.
What is this?
This is
What is this?
200 coins.
Moves to 100 beads.
We're rich.
That'll float us for another couple weeks tops, but
We need more.
with the rate that we're destroying equipment and frankly we've taken one job since we joined the Adventurers Guild.
Should probably take more.
We should probably get
Like,
work.
yeah.
Even if it's just easy stuff.
Yeah,
We can
no.
do herb picking or, farming, harvest assistance.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not, it doesn't all have to be fighting monsters.
Yeah,
but we
no,
need
that
to do
sounds good.
we can do stuff in or around Populous, but we
Mhm.
need money.
Yeah.
Especially because we keep giving it away.
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but I'm saying we do need to sort of
We need
do
to
something
make
to
it
support this
that.
lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's important. Yep.
Should we take a job?
I think it's probably a smart idea.
Are Rashani and Clear Sky, did they have a lot of money? No, we shouldn't ask them.
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like they've got like stuff to do with the Rainmakers Guild.
Okay. Do you want to do this one just us, or do we want to circle them in?
I mean, I like having some magic users around just because, god damn it, there are apparently more than
So let's bring 'em
necessary
in.
naked dwarfmen in the world.
I'm pretty sure he's probably the only one.
There's more than enough. It's definitely for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah. One too many.
All right.
One too many naked.
I mean,
well, let's loop him in then.
Zero.
It's,
Okay.
Yeah, I would prefer 0.
it's
but-
gonna.
do you think that'll be lucrative enough, or should we actually just?
I don't know. I've been doing like simple extermination work in the city, but I don't know. It's only paying enough for the day or the next day's meals.
Yeah, we have to do something more. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to run out of ways that we can loop in rainmakers.
Right.
I don't know if they can work something on their end, but we could talk to them in the morning.
All right.
But I'm not exactly itching to go out and start fighting stuff, but that is sort of
What we
part of the
were
plan.
doing.
Can I
for
go?
the
Oh,
thing.
sorry. When you're done.
What's up?
When
No,
you're
that was it. That was
Oh, that was
basically it.
Okay. That night she'd like to go to the library to look at like map.
I want to roll some
Map?
dice.
Map.
Okay. Well,
She wants to see what the location is that she got from her brother, for her sister, for her brother.
it's in the heart of North Kyrok. So it's several weeks away.
It's way too far.
By horse, you could probably make it in 2.5.
2.5 weeks.
I mean, and that's at a trot. At a gallop, you could make it faster, but that has its own problems.
That's all she wanted to know, right? And then every morning she's been waking up and teaching Tomac how to brawl.
How to fist fight?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have ranks in brawl?
Mhm.
Okay. So when you arrive the next morning, he had actually sent a message to you. He sent a courier to you, Tomac did. He invited you guys to have breakfast.
Oh.
So you all meet at a restaurant. No training today, in the morning at least for Tomac. You know, nothing beyond like the.
You know what happens
Basic
when
stuff.
You skip leg day.
I mean, I do my squats in the morning.
Oh, of course.
He does.
All right. It's tough in the room. Not
Yeah.
enough space.
Yeah.
So, Chaz and I, we need to take some work on.
All right.
So, if y'all want to come with us, I don't know how that works with your guild. We sort of have this weird sort of precarious sitch.
I mean, if we can find something in the same area,
Yeah.
it's not a problem. But if it's like we go on our own, it can be, as you could see, problematic.
Yeah,
Well,
not great.
I think that woman was pretty soft on you, considering you broke some apparently big rules that are bullshit. But, yeah, amen.
Even though I'm not religious.
I was gonna say, but then I didn't.
Where did
I mean, as long as you guys don't mind, that's fine.
All right. I was gonna say talk to her.
We could try it.
I mean, we could.
She was willing to listen to us somewhat before.
And we did get her some notoriety with that last band of refugees, so maybe.
True.
So you guys are in her office.
Ask
So we
permission
were
rather than
thinking-
forgiveness.
Since we did a good thing, not that we should be rewarded every time we have a good thing, I was wondering if maybe we could do a job a little close to. And what was were they thinking of anything specific?
No, they weren't asking you to take a job with them. They were asking you just to talk about this, like, working with them.
So we were wondering if maybe we could work with you a bit, with the Adventurers Guild a little bit.
Conjunction.
I mean, we have friends there, and we seem to be doing good with them. I mean, we brought in people last time, saving lives and all that good stuff. I wouldn't call us heroes, but a lot of people did say that. So I'm just saying. Can I roll a negotiation, please? Let me roll a negotiation check.
you can roll a
Shut up,
negotiation.
please. I really don't want to talk anymore. That's not ridiculous.
Roll.
All right, what's the negative?
Versus her, so it's going to be her discipline to resist
It's a
negotiation.
million because she's disciplined.
Oh, I could imagine.
It's going to be 3 red,
Oh.
but she likes you, so have a blue.
So you didn't take away a red, you just gave me a
I
blue?
also took away a bunch of blacks.
Oh well, that is good.
Jesus Christ. Alright. Could I spike your drink real quick? No, I'm just kidding.
No, you may not.
Whoa.
Flip.
That that changed so quickly.
Damn.
Just give me at least.
We started off with the reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure did.
We did.
Almost like I'm saving up for combat.
You wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Alright,
Well,
that's
how to
not-
negatives.
you wouldn't-
though.
We have object proof that I will. Object. Yes,
Damn.
you succeed.
Thank God. And yes, it cancels out. So I actually have one advantage. Yeah.
I see. Well, if that is what you are all planning to do, I see no harm in creating a provisional cross-skilled training experiment. You four will be a prototype. However, once you return from this next job, I believe I will have work for you.
That sounds fine.
Sounds like we need to make this the most epic job.
So now you guys are in front of the quest board in the Adventurers Guild.
Choose the most epic one.
Staring at a button. No.
The one that makes the most money.
No.
I mean,
The
I'm
one
going
that-
to choose the one that has the most money for the lowest risk.
also, we should probably not rock the boat. I feel like our prototype thing was kind of like, hey, don't start shit.
Yeah, we could.
Oh,
It might not be good.
I
if
kind of
we-
thought that was just like full on permission to start
No,
shit.
no,
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 no.
no. It's, hey, clear sky. Hey, Shawnee, stop starting shit.
There's a subjugation quest.
That sounds horrifying.
Subjugation means tie down, stop.
Stop.
What are
Means
we gonna-
destroy.
Stop.
That
There's a
sounds familiar.
Songwood subjugation.
What is it?
Songwood. I don't know what that is.
Can I roll
Does anyone
nature?
have? Do you have nature?
Is that
You
a
have-
nature
It's
thing?
knowledge. Knowledge would be.
I have
nature.
knowledge.
I have a
Yeah.
rank in knowledge.
If you want to roll knowledge. It's
What's the
3
negative?
purple.
3 purple's not bad.
I'm gonna do it. I have no ranks.
Who actually? Clear sky. You get a blue.
I do.
Everyone else gets a black.
Woo!
Come
This is so
on.
exciting.
And
I just want to roll dice.
3.
Well, get ready to roll a shitload of them.
Woo! Ultimate failure.
Fucking terrible failure.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, there's no way I'm coming back from this.
Too late.
Fuck. Fail.
Boom! I only have 2
I didn't
disadvantages.
do well. At all.
We all didn't
We
do
all
well.
Does anyone have like an advantage or anything?
I have 2 disadvantages if that helps me.
One.
Anyway.
I have a thing called one with nature. But that's about it.
What's one with nature do?
It does not help me here. Use survival to hear strain. That's it.
No. Yeah, no one had any good things and nobody knows, so no one informs you and none of you know.
That's
I don't know
good.
what that
That's
is.
great.
I think
I
it's a
have
good
no
idea. I
idea.
don't know what it is, but I think it's a
I'm
good
sure
idea.
this will be very safe and will not regret this.
I mean, it's relatively high rated. It's towards sort of the cap of what adventurers of our rank can take.
You sure you don't want to do something like simpler than that?
Well, if we get a higher rank more quickly, maybe we'll be able to
Make
take
more money?
expensive jobs.
Alright, whatever you guys want.
Do you think it's easy enough? I guess.
Dude, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Does it sound magical?
All right, how much worse? Let's be real. How much worse can it be than everything else we've encountered?
That's
The
how,
naked
that's how
screaming
people
man?
die.
Jump cut.
Just
It's so much worse than everything else.
Why would we do this?
Well, I mean, if we don't want to do that, there's like. Looks like there's a continuous request for Dew Strand, whatever that is.
Last time we got a gathering quest, it didn't go well. So why don't we
Technically, it was an escort quest.
let's try the song thingy.
At least we'll know we're going in for violence.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, we know what we're in for. Before it was
Right.
escort, and we were like, maybe
be
there's
ready
like.
For
I mean, you can bite the
violence.
songwood. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure we'll.
All right, let's do it. He takes it off and he heads to the counter.
Oh, we're applying together. We can go up with them.
Oh yeah. I can't. Can I see over the counter? I don't know if I could do that.
They have like.
There's
of
a
course,
smaller
yeah,
counter.
there's a smaller counter because they do.
There's actually, you know what? There's little stairs
Oh,
at
I
the
love
side
it.
for goblins and Gripply.
Perfect. I love it. I love little stairs.
So the marm.
That's the area that I would have stood on because I too am a goblin, but I'm not short.
So the
So I
marm,
would've been like,
the marm
Is it
behind
really?
the counter sort of looks over and goes, "Oh, you're Chazin Tomac, right? Ready for your second job?"
yep. Yes.
And he puts it down. And she goes, "Oh,
That doesn't
are
sound.
you sure?"
Well, wait, I see hesitation. What is that? We all didn't know what this thing is. What is it?
Well, a Songbow Tree is Songbow Tree.
Yeah.
Songbow Tree.
Right?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a deadly type of verse creature.
D-
Oh, I mean, all verse creatures are deadly. Dewstrand sags are dangerous.
Right.
This is
All
Okay.
magically augmented creatures are
Well,
powerful.
What? Just give me a little bit more. What's it known for? Like, harp spiders are known for awful things.
Oh, I don't actually know. I just know that the harvesting is difficult, and that there's an additional goal on this job, and that's the
Looks over at
return of as much of its wood as possible.
Ooh. That
So
sounds
a,
lucrative.
so a dangerous tree that gives money wood. She looks over
Well,
at
it
Tomac.
produces a type of tone wood, yes.
Ooh.
Powerful woods for magic spells and implements.
Oh.
Magic spells and implements. Powerful.
Kyle. Is
Wood.
Saeed still like here? In general?
Is
You
he
might
your
need his
best
cart
friend
to
ever?
like put the wood on. Actually,
I don't know. Is Said still here?
I don't know.
Kyle, we only have one left. Please
I
don't
know.
take it.
How important is it for Said to be here?
How are we gonna carry the wood? Who has a cart? There's one
You
man with
rent
a cart.
cart.
That's not the same. We have experience
It's
with
not,
this cart.
it's not the same if we don't hire our best
It's not
friend.
the same if we get Said, who I guess basically is
A
now
party member.
in season 2. He's gonna get billing as a primary character. Before he wasn't even in the opening credits, but y'all motherfuckers keep bringing him in.
You only saw his cart. You never saw him.
This is the Stargate Atlantis, and blank as Dr.
The
Blank.
skipper and Marianne.
It's
All right, just flip
Saeed
them.
Lamonaco
What do we
as
have to
Saeed
lose?
Lamonaco.
What do we have to lose? We like Saeed. Also, Takal's got to be there too. So
Yeah.
just Takal's here.
Takal's here.
Okay.
It's called chillin'. So,
He has a cart.
You didn't think we'd love him.
so you
so
all
much.
approach Said.
Saeed,
as
our
he's
dear
like-
bestie.
He has just finished refurbishing the wagon again.
Hi, friend.
Oh no. No.
We were
Takes-
wondering.
No.
So
Absolutely not.
You don't even know what it is.
You don't even know. And she puts the
Where are we going that is dangerous?
she puts the thing in his hand.
What thing? The slip?
Yeah, we have a slip, and then I. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Who's gonna carry the wood if not you, Saeed?
Your guy's got a great point. We only know one person with a car.
You're the only one.
I get 15% of the wood.
15?
15%.
15's not bad.
That's
That's not
not bad.
50.
That,
so
that's
I'm
reasonable.
Good.
We
I was
understand.
expecting 50. So
Yeah, we're
15's good.
Wait, I'm
15's
sorry.
fine.
Can you clarify with numbers how much you said?
15%. 1-5.
1-5.
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
I don't know.
I want cake. We eat cake.
Do we have
Sure, kick.
the abacus?
I have no idea how much it's even worth.
I don't know.
I assure you, this is a fair deal.
So somehow, for some reason, I don't believe him when he says that. But I'm just gonna pretend that I know the value of the things while I run things on the abacus.
Well, I do a thing.
While I do a thing.
So you do all this stuff.
I do all this thing. I mean, I guess.
That's a very cool abacus.
It is cool.
It's very cool.
It's
Ah.
I don't know. I don't.
I'm not staring at you.
trust
I'm
it.
just waiting. So Saeed agrees. You guys give him 15%, and you guys hit the road. And
This
with
is all I
that,
wanted.
the scene transitions. But before that, we have an out of game thing.
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you,
Dwight.
Dwight. Happy birthday to you,
Dwight.
Happy birthday, dear Dwight. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Hope you wished your character
Oh, that was
didn't
really
die.
Oh, good. Oh, bravo.
Good.
I hope you like the candle. It's a special friendship
Why
candle.
would you say that to me?
Because it was after you wished, so you couldn't wish it back.
Okay, so here's the deal. I don't make wishes
That's the
because
best way.
you make your own future. There is no God.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
People
Yeah,
actually.
right, I don't believe it.
Fun,
She says.
fun fact. I am religious, but
Are
not
you?
today.
Are you actually?
Yeah,
Oh.
the two religious. Well, are you sort of?
Just grab
The religious.
some forks and we'll just scoop out of the thing. Fuck fancy.
Oh my
My
god!
story is
Like
not my story.
heathens
Happens
is
to be very
amazing. This is
similar.
how I want to spend my birthday.
What? Like
Being
heathens?
heathens.
I was gonna frost it, but I don't feel like it.
How could you? Frosting!
I'm
Frosting!
I'm gonna bring the frosting
Yes,
out and we can
yes,
just scoop it
yes.
onto her.
Who is gonna ruin birthdays without frosting? You can't do that.
Go, Dwight.
Boom!
Oh my God.
Oh
That
no!
was
What have
What
I
have you
done?
done?
What have I done? What have I
What have you
done?
done?
It's her birthday. It's whatever she wants.
Go on the side, dude.
What a heathen.
I'm a heathen. That's all I wanted to do.
I hope you appreciate this bonus cake footage, everyone.
I put cherries in it. Yeah. I'm sure it's real good content.
That's great content.
Here. Are you not eating cake?
No,
It's
I
a
just,
birthday.
No, I will. Just because it's snowing hard now.
Is it?
If you're worried, I'll drive you home. It's really not a
Can't
big
do
deal. I'm telling you, just stay. Like, spend the night. It's
I
not a big deal.
can't do that.
Okay. We'll figure something out. Is it snowing?
It's snowing, but not too bad right now.
Yeah.
It's not too bad because it's still very wet, so it's slush.
Plus, we started super early today, so we won't go crazy long. Like, we'll do the
Okay, so do I-
Songwood thing, and we'll be done.
Oh, you already ate the cake?
I mean, we got a lot more.
Good.
I was saving that frosting.
Oh, I'm sorry. You could have told me before I opened it, literally.
It's okay. I did.
I just have a dollop.
Here you go. Here you go.
Give me up. Thanks, Bay.
No problem. I think that's my
You're
fault.
welcome. Day.
That's what kids say, right? So,
It's your birthday. You kidding me? Stupid.
I'm gonna have chocolate teeth for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fine. That's.
No, it's not.
It's your birthday. If you look at her plate, it's just a bunch of chocolate chips.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's it.
I think so good. We are all on the heathens today. We should paint ourselves blue and bay at the moon. I'm starting to like you.
I really want to bay at the moon. How did you know?
How'd you know?
How did you fucking know?
All levels except physical.
All I wanted to do was bay at the fucking
Um, So,
Oh no, what have I done?
you all hit the road.
Got it.
It takes about 4 days to reach your destination. A small town south of Populous. It is slightly to the west of Jepson.
Carly, right?
Yes. The town where Governess Carly is in charge. Truth be told, Jepson is probably 3-4 days away from where you are now.
Yeah, that's the closest we've been in a long time.
Yeah. And you arrive at this sort of smaller town. It's quiet. It's day when you arrive, but over the course of the trip, your armor casting training with Tomac has continued because you bought armored caster, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. You no longer have black dice on casting while you wear this armor.
Cool.
The thing that we've been doing the entire time.
Thing we've been fucking up. As long as you bought it, I'm cool with
I
not
did buy
starting
it.
it. Yeah.
I gave up one thing for it. So.
Okay. And yeah, you've all sort of just been practicing. Like you and Rashani and Tomac have been practicing like your brawling capabilities. And even Takal has sort of been with you, helping you kind of plan a curriculum almost. I mean, she's shitty about it, but
Of
she's
course.
helping.
That's better than nothing, I guess. I did pay
But
her.
I want
The
you.
cherries all sunk to the bottom. It's a terrible bake.
Are there
Bad.
other cherries? I haven't gotten a cherry yet.
Yeah, the cherries went all.
Because they all sunk to the bottom. Too
Oh,
heavy.
okay.
I should have halved them.
Yeah, you really should have.
Hey,
I'm just saying that's what Hollywood would have said.
I made a cake in 5 minutes.
Guy Fieri's hot uncle would have said.
Oh my god. you hear that he was unfaithful towards his wife?
Paul Hollywood or Guy Fieri?
Hollywood.
Oh man, that's actually a very.
Guy
Fieri
Fieri.
was
Guy
that
Fieri's
you?
untouchable, except for that one time I think he like kicked his publicist in the face or something. We'll talk about this later.
The only thing that I will accept for Paul Hollywood is if he had an affair with Mary Berry.
Yeah, then it made sense.
That's the only time it's okay.
He just
Oh
had
my
sex
God.
with a bunt cake.
It has a hole in it.
So
I was asking.
yes, that's why I said bunt cake. The joke is in the subtlety. Feel better about yourself?
My confidence went up like so much.
So the small village of Pamu is relatively
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was trying to think of something really quick. And
Kari Pamu? What's the
Pamu.
first name?
Pamu, yeah. It's a quiet village.
Every day like the one before.
Tiny little town, little people.
It's got weird eyes.
Are they
and shit.
waking up to say bonjour?
Your contact here is a logger. A logger, like we all know what that means, right? Someone who cuts down trees for a living.
Okay.
Yeah, we know what that means.
Okay. 'cause I
Not
was
these
thinking-
two. Not these two. They're got booze on the brains.
Totally knew it. I went.
I was prepared.
I believe in you guys so much. You all know what loggers are.
It's a gruff-looking dwarven man. So,
Don't you judge me.
I found it out in a grove, maybe 4 hours walk from here. It's down a small gully where the river runs. There's a small natural cove. It's like domed earth, but the center's fallen out. And in this little stone floored place, there's the tree.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know.
Mhm.
It got some of my men
Like
What do you mean by God?
killed them.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
ah, I see.
These things are dangerous, you know.
Very.
yeah, we know so much.
Could you tell us more about exactly how this tree operates?
How this particular tree
Yes.
operates.
Because
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I ran.
Yeah.
Well, don't be ashamed. That makes sense.
It screamed. I screamed. Everyone was screaming, and only later that night did I realize that
Nobody has
there
to
were
say.
voices that I wasn't familiar with. A lot of them.
From the tree.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
Sounds
We're
legitimate.
grateful for any information you have.
He takes out, like, on your map, he, like, draws a little, like a couple glyphs for, like, landmarks that'll help get you there. And then he sort of draws where he vaguely remembers it was. If there's anything else I can do, please let me know.
Just stay safe while we look it out. Check it out.
So,
Alright. Let's go through.
survival, please.
I think I actually have that. I do!
I have one rank.
Difficulty 2.
Alright.
Oh,
I'm
there's
sorry, I
the-
have to move the cake.
Yep. Here.
It's going to be a group check a la 5th ed. If half of
Here,
you
put
succeed,
this down first because it's still kind of hot in the room.
then it's a good thing. Half of you fail, then you fail.
What was it? I'm sorry. Red?
Survival, 2 purple.
2 purple. 2 perp. Survival is cunning.
I succeed.
Hmm.
With an advantage. With 2 advantages.
So you
I
all succeed
with
very
two
well.
advantages.
Did you fucking use natural for this?
What? No. I don't have natural for this, but I have 1 advantage, so.
Okay.
Write this down.
The cherries are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get them.
They're like
they're-
shocking in terms of like I wasn't expecting that. Oh my.
They're like sweet, but just like a little
I had one
tart.
surprise cherry this week.
One surprise.
No. As you're following the land path, or the landmark path, you do come to the clearing,
Sorry.
and I do sort of need all of y'all to.
You just rolled this survival.
Hmm?
What do you need?
Well, trying to find the song
Oh no.
for the music cue,
With the frosting over there.
but everything's missing. There it is. Oh, we all remember this song.
Oh.
I do need all of you to give me a discipline check versus fear.
I knew I should have gotten discipline.
I did get disciplined.
Lucky.
I forgot that I did that because I don't use it
Versus
that
what
much.
was it?
It's gonna be their coercion.
Which is
Or actually, no, this will be their perform. So it'll be 1 red and 2 purple each.
Oh no.
we're
That's
dead.
not bad.
Sorry. I
Pretty
stole
bad.
that Red from you.
It's gonna be pretty bad.
I was gonna ask something.
Oh, you know
earlier.
what? I want y'all to have
Huh?
stuff.
Why?
Why don't y'all go ahead and downgrade your pools once? No. The other one.
Wait,
Our pool.
what?
Our, he's using us stuff against. So how do I
I
do that?
can't downgrade mine anymore, right?
You can downgrade it to 1 green.
Well, actually, because I had.
And
the
so your yellow
willpower,
becomes a green.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And it was discipline. So yeah, I would get rid of mine.
Please
That's
be all
the one I
blanks.
had.
Please be all blanks.
No, you would downgrade your yellow first.
I downgrade the yellow first. Okay, great. That's what I love to do.
I am so fucking scared.
Critical fail.
That's probably fine. I also
Fail.
fail.
Yeah, same.
We all failed.
Cool. Rashani?
Oh my god. Critical fail.
Rashani? What do you want more than anything?
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
This is probably fun. This is good.
More than anything.
Right now,
Right now. What does Rashani want more than anything?
to be able to go home.
What is the sound of home that you miss?
The forge.
You hear it.
Mm.
You hear Hammond's Forge.
It does not sound great.
Tang, tang.
Or the opposite. It sounds amazing.
It's coming in the distance. You are completely in the thrall. The forest around you is gone. You are in Arrow's Forge.
Oh my god.
You are home, and you are probably nervous to see your father again. Like, you're still current Rashani.
Oh, okay.
But, you went home, and, this is all 100% real. Like, you have no reason to ever disbelieve this with a critical fail.
No, I live this
How
life.
bad you failed, D-Money?
I got
Shit.
1 failure and 1 disadvantage.
Shit. What's
You want
something
more? Should I
that
take this?
Oh, I'm okay.
Chaz wants now more than anything? Oh, I should probably roll for Tomac, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. My boy.
I'm
And
gonna be honest and say before we started this,
milk or tea or anything?
when they mentioned the
Actually,
tree,
yeah,
I was
more
gonna
water
say
once
I
I
should
finish.
ask Saeed if they have those earplugs from before. Now we'll be fine. And then immediately.
Earplugs ain't gonna save you every time,
I know it's not, but I was thinking it like an option.
Let me think.
Interesting. Interesting.
They spelled Kyle with a C.
What?
Let's fucking name it a
On
C.
seat. It says Kyle with a C.
Sile?
It's Sile.
Hey, Sile.
Hi, I'm Sile.
Just wanted to let
I'm Sile with the style.
giving it to the
So,
table.
yeah, what's something you want more than anything?
What is priority number 1?
Obviously, the same question applies to you, but I know what you want. So I'm going to tell you what you hear.
Great. Great.
My teeth black as well.
How are mine?
Yours are
They're good.
Shiny and
Actually, very
perfect.
shiny
Perfect.
and perfect.
pearlescent. even.
Pearlescent.
Pearlescent even. Whoa. I think still priority number 1 is Chaz wants to know that his family is alive.
What's a sound?
Sound.
A sound that would remind you of your family.
Pickaxes against rock.
Okay. So you're not quite home like Rashani is. But you do very much hear the sounds of a mine nearby. Now, you weren't certain that Pamu was a mining community, but I guess it was? Maybe there's like a small copper mine near here or something?
It's not common.
No, it's not. You hear
Okay.
two friendly, playful voices that are having fun and playing games together. Because you failed, right?
I failed.
Oh, we all failed.
We all failed.
We're all dead.
How badly did you fail?
I also had one.
Okay, so only one. Yeah, your friends are there. Your friends are up ahead. Tomac critically failed.
So me and him are in our lives,
I
and
am
that is
so
probably
sorry.
the
Oh my
worst
god,
thing he could have.
I'm going to sob.
It's like whatever he goes through is going to be worse than what I go through, no matter what it is.
This is gonna
Whatever
be an
he goes
interesting
through
one.
is going to affect me terribly.
Yeah, I'm not.
Saeed has
super happy
obviously
about
stayed
it.
behind
Thank
because
God.
he's
of
not
all of
risking
us.
this shit.
No.
He's
should
learned
not.
so much from our previous
So you
failures.
all step forward, essentially. Where's my little marquise?
Oh my god.
I love it when everything goes wrong like this.
Well, suck it.
Just make this perfect.
You
You bastard.
You basic.
You basic. Or you're extra, like. Oh, did you call?
I rolled for to call.
Oh,
Oh, what did you do? Did you fail?
we'll never know, will we? Until we do.
She's okay. She's the only one that's okay.
You fucking wish.
Even in Inuyasha, one of them had to succeed, right?
Hey, I'm not a hack like Rumio Takashi.
Oh,
Some people on our
Romeo
stream.
Takashi.
Rumiko or whatever the fuck her name actually is.
Kyle.
Don't listen to him, people. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for the massive shame.
The shame he brings upon us.
So much.
So much shame.
Shame.
See, I miss Star Wars just because I can do a fun accent.
Who do you want as your NPC for this fight? Tomac sounds good.
How about Tomac, my baby boy?
Poor Tomac.
I'm gonna say my baby boy.
No, I'll
and
put
my
Takal in, too.
husband.
You're gonna double down on us?
We are gonna have a problem.
I'm
That
going
won't
to
be
die.
great.
Oh god.
So,
Great. So
you enter this clearing. And
And die.
this occurred. You're the only one who sort of sees that it is just this. Actually, you see it too. It is just this sort of clearing, exactly as the dwarf logger described it. It's sunk down. There is sort of like a dome with just like a tiny circle where the ground, where the ceiling collapsed. On the opposite side of the tree, there is a large cave that goes down.
That's where the mining's coming from, obviously.
Yeah, probably.
Son of a bitch.
Unfortunately, that isn't how it works. So directly in the center here, there is your father. And he is mining a large, like, geode with, like, veins of copper running through it. And in the center here, there is a large mount. And playing on the mount are your friends. What are their names?
Oh, Gilded Poppy and Empty Valley.
Gilded Poppy and Empty Valley.
Oh my god!
They
I'm
are
about to be very sad. This
I
one.
love them.
they are just as youthful as they were in your youth before you became a skeleton.
Yeah,
No, they'll do it.
that would do it.
You're in the forge.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
You're in the forge, and it is smoky and dark, but you do see in the center forge itself, near the bellows, is Hammond, your father. A attractive human man, I think you described him as.
I mean, I didn't say attractive. That'd be weird. But he's.
I'm talking about you, Catherine.
Oh, Cat. Yeah, he's hot older man. He's that guy from like the Doki Doki I Sleep with Weird People on Crunchyroll that
The
they had.
pillow boy
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, yeah. It's the one that was like running the ramen shop that everyone called him Hot Dad.
So
That's
he's
him.
he's daddy.
He's a hot dad.
What's the
Okay.
pillow boy?
I'm sorry.
He's human.
We'll show
His
you.
name is Hammond, so automatically I'm thinking like
I want to
spend
know.
no expense.
We'll show
Ah, no,
you, you
it's
creep.
fine.
No, I want to know. No, but I just want to know.
Pervert.
That's not
It's
what
okay. No kink shaming.
No. But
No, we watched the whole thing.
We watched the whole
The
thing.
whole
remember
By the way,
it.
it's a body pillow show.
It's creepy.
It is
Um,
creepy.
It
There
is
was
the
a
creep.
child.
Yeah.
There was a child.
There was a
There's
child
that
for
one,
long,
yeah.
but it's anime.
Lucas.
Anime's creepy.
Yeah.
As much as I love
yeah,
it.
he's a good-looking
Yeah.
middle-aged man
He's
that
there. He's working the forge.
works the forge.
Yeah, we can go into his actual physical description when we actually meet him. But we didn't meet him. This isn't really happening.
Hot guy.
So,
That older man.
Tomac sees something too.
No, my son.
Oh, we're
I could imagine.
so Megan, we are really in it.
Actually, yeah. You two are automatically caught. But since you two only failed, you get one more chance to disbelieve.
I would love to do that.
This is vigilance.
Wow, I have none of that.
Wow. Yes.
Got it.
Red and two purple.
I have one brain.
Well, it's
This
will, so
is
it's a one rank
gonna
of will.
be absolutely
Well, do you have a rank of
amazing.
vigilance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then yeah. Then yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah,
So,
but what's
right?
the backside?
One red.
Oh, one
and
red.
The
two
opposite of
purple.
what you have. There are flaws in both of yours. You both get a blue.
Heard it all at once, but I just want to know right away.
Failure. Critical failure. Wow, that's really bad.
Fuck.
You guys are fucking bone zone.
You guys are so fucked.
Oh.
Are you alive?
Yeah, no,
wait.
bone zone.
No.
Does anyone have a good thing that happens to
No.
them?
Sorry, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a
Ma-
second.
No, actually,
second.
I do not
Let me
have.
see, wait.
I have nothing good or bad happening to
I
me.
have one
Well, I have
failure
bad
and
stuff.
2 advantages.
So wait, this like.
All right.
One failure, 2 advantages.
I have
Oh,
two
yeah,
failures.
That's a bet. Two
Two
failures.
failures.
She has advantages.
Okay, that's better than nothing.
I am. Oh, there I go. There I am.
Here is. All right. This is a weird one, and I need you both to understand that this is a weird one.
Okay.
Wait,
So,
wait,
like,
Chaz.
What
Hold on a
is
second.
it
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Okay, record your bullshit.
Yes, please. Thank you. Green is 1S1, A1, S1.
I'm sure I'll survive. this.
Saeed is safe. My card will go off. It's fucking cracking me
I
up.
love
This
it.
motherfucker's cracking me
Card
up.
will go on.
Pass me 2 greens,
Got it.
please.
All right. It has been.
And I'm gonna
recorded.
need like 3 blacks.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, thanks. So, as you go to meet your father, something good happens to you. And it is a very sharp pain in your neck.
Ow.
You take 2. We'll just say you take 1 wound, ignoring soak, rather than like do the math and potentially hurt you.
Right.
And a pinion, a iridescent, shimmering purple pinion, gets you in the back of the neck, and all of a sudden it just dissolves in front of you, and you see a horrific sight.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Yeah, you you back up to Tikal, who has that ring of magical feathers around her again, as she's like
Yeah.
whistling her bird song,
Yep.
using her verse magic. And she goes, "Oh, good, you're all right. I can only get one of you."
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep.
You see
Not
the Songwood Tree.
Ugh.
It is large, and its base is almost mangrove-esque. Sort of everything around it is like watery, like in like an indent in the earth.
Yep.
And it stands on these massive roots, and it's gnarly and spindly, and it winds its way up, and it breaks off into different branches and bows, and it's bearing fruit, but that fruit comes in the form of things that look like human heads.
That's not great.
Not good.
Nope. Nope.
Definitely not good.
You do notice that some of these human heads, look like dwarves, and these fruits are underripe, almost as if they're new.
Ugh. I don't like this.
Yeah, well, I don't like it either. But we have to do something, right?
Yep.
Her.
Here is how this fight is going to work.
She could have
Okay.
left us, but she didn't. She loves us.
She loves us.
You two
We're dead.
are enemies.
Oh, son of a bitch.
An external force is coming in to break up what you want more than anything. This is Chaz.
Oh no.
going to die!
You will roll initiative.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! This is the episode where I die, except it's you guys that kill me. Oh my god!
Son of a bitch.
Here's
Alright.
the thing.
TPK.
You have to try and wake them up, or you can just try to destroy the tree.
Okay, got it.
Mechanically, any attacks on the tree are viewed as he does not appear as Chaz. He appears as like
Whatever.
something that would fuck up your whole steez.
Did you tell us?
That's up for you to decide.
Okay.
And any attacks on the tree
The death. I am.
are attacks on your loved ones.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Alright.
All right, you are completely under this thrall.
I'm so sorry, Chaz. for
Yeah,
your death.
Chaz.
You're gonna
I'm
die.
so sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're dead.
This is not great.
This
Chaz.
is your,
I
yeah.
didn't do it for him.
Blech.
And then it turns out I come back and I'm just like, what?
So please, I would like initiatives.
Okay. Which is what again?
Cool.
You forget.
For this one,
Is
it is either cool or vigilance but unfortunately for you guys, it is an ambush. It is vigilance.
that's definitely cool for me.
Yeah, and Tomac also counts, but you have to call as an ally.
Mine too.
Woo!
I need my red marker.
My girlfriend. My new girlfriend.
It's
Wow, that
cool.
sucks.
That's
For
actually better than a
call.
lot because it's got successes in it.
Two.
If it was just advantages, you'd be fucked. I have
To
two-
call, oh my god, to call. So to call got 5 successes,
Oh my
Damn!
1 advantage. What did you get?
3 successes.
3 successes,
I have 2 and 2.
2 successes,
I'm liking
2
the music.
advantages,
I have 3 advantages.
3.
I'm very on the bottom there. I'm
Advantages.
very, very small.
I will roll for Tomac, who has the same for both. Tomac does 1 success, 2 advantages, and I roll for the tree.
Of course.
I am not enjoying how this is turning out,
Uh,
actually. I don't know what I
tree.
expected, but it wasn't
not
this.
great. Definitely not great.
The tree has a high
Hate this
vigilance.
Definitely hate this tree. Gonna say that.
See, this
2
is a good
and
tree.
4. So 2 successes, 4 advantages. So basically, it's
You two. And
team
us.
wake up,
Versus
and
team
then
going to kill you.
team asleep.
Cool.
Team, I don't want to say asleep. Team entranced. So, do you want you to go first or to call to go first?
Oh. I want to use Scathing Tirade to wake them up from their sleep.
Okay. So Scathing Tirade's range is what?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Let me grab the Genesis book. Hold on.
Oh, that's it.
I don't know where it is. There it is.
Oh no.
I don't know. I guess so.
I don't know who would threaten my family though. I don't. Ugh.
It could just be like a raider. Like, it doesn't have to be a specific person.
Okay.
It can just be anything.
Bad man with shovel to come beat my dad over the head.
So it's within short range. So you would have to get to about here,
Okay.
within short range of them to Scathing Tirade.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll Scathing Tirade.
Okay.
It's coercion.
Coercion. Yeah.
The difficulty is 2.
2.
Do you have improved Scathing Tirade? Do
Yes, I do.
you have supreme Scathing Tirade?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, I'll start looking into it.
I'm gonna say it's like the fall of the forge.
So
Well, if
the
you take
supreme
one
sk-
strain,
it's one
you could.
strain.
You want to do it as a maneuver? Do
Uh,
you want to do it twice? Once as a maneuver, once as an action?
Oh, can I?
Well, you used a maneuver to move in close,
Right.
so it would be 3 strain
Okay.
to do a second maneuver, and then the action. So if you want to take 3 strain, go right ahead.
You know, I'm just gonna try it first before I decide to
Okay.
take strain because I might need to reserve that.
Okay, go for it.
So it's 2 you said, right?
2. And then whatever your coercion is.
Yay!
Here is the thing. As you begin to scream, the tree begins to scream in other voices against you.
Ooh, bitch.
Any Scathing Tirades, Inspiring Rhetorics, Burst Magic has a 2 black penalty while next to the tree. Like, while within, like, long range of the Songwood.
Fine. Fine. Fine.
Fine. Bitch.
I'm living
in
my
you.
life.
Ooh,
Oh no.
That's
oh, no.
bad.
Oh no.
That's bad.
That's real.
Maybe it'll be good
Maybe
though.
it'll be
Maybe
good.
it'll
Maybe
be
we'll-
fine.
It'll be perfect.
2 crits. Nope.
That's
It was 2
yeah.
crits.
So you get 1 good thing. Do you want to pass to call a blue?
Hell yeah.
Can I get a blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
So
I've passed you.
So here is the thing.
Blue.
Someone or something comes in and starts to shout at you
Oh my god.
about, like, something bad about what you're doing, or just, like, some attempt to, like, verbally harm you and your loved ones. This is a hostile creature, and it probably is here with intent to kill. So you must respond as your character would respond to protect their loved ones when something attacks them with intent to kill. It is Tikal's turn.
Oh, great.
Tikal goes, oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Tikal whistles a part of the Song of Creation, and she's gonna hit you. She gonna hit you with an augment spell. So let's see. Tikal's casting is pretty good. She needs the 2 black, and it's just affecting you. So,
You still have the book?
yeah. Why? You need it?
Yeah, I just wanted to take a look at some of the things.
Yeah. This is fine. That was close. That was close. So Tikal succeeds with 2 successes.
Okay.
So she is augmenting you, Chaz. So what this means is that you get a green on all rolls while she maintains concentration on this spell. I didn't put any additional effects on it though. So unfortunately it's just the basic. And then as her maneuver, she's going to move short range over to here and sort of try to get behind the tree. She says, "What's our plan? Aren't you supposed to be the shot caller? I'm not exactly on the chain of command."
I'm not exactly the smart person. I guess to try to wake them up. Get them out of this nightmare realm that we kind of currently inhabit.
I really had to stab you. You know that, right?
Maybe I should stab them.
No, I stabbed you a lot.
Oh.
It wasn't my
Wait,
first.
how many times?
You look behind you, there's like 8 wings. Like 8
She
fucking-
stops whistling and all the pinions disappear on your back.
It's like an 18.
Okay, it is the bad guy's turn. Bad guys, who wants to go first? I guess the Tonewood will go first.
Who?
The Tonewood. I'm sorry, the
Oh.
Songwood.
I was like, what?
The Songwood is going to use inspiring rhetoric.
Oh, bitch.
I mean, it will help us, but
This
not
tree
really.
is so extra.
So, oh my god, it crit succeeded.
No!
So I'm gonna actually double its effect. So first off, any strain that you guys might have, it's healed.
Oh, we're
You're also going to gain 2 blues on all checks for the next rounds equal to ranks. 3 rounds.
Son of a bitch. Alright. Do we see the, like, say, I see Tomac as Rasham, and I see Clear Sky.
You see it as someone that you would be able to kill. It's not going to be someone that you like would reason with. Like it's a wild dog.
No, I didn't ask that
Like-
question. I like,
Oh.
do I see
No, you
Clear
don't see-
Sky as a person that is like one of my siblings
Yeah,
helping?
yeah, sure.
So that way, if like I see something, I'm not gonna attack Clear
yes,
Sky.
yes.
Okay.
That is fine. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I'll even flip 1 because that's buying into the conceit of the game. You get a point for being a good player. Okay.
Okay, good.
Oh, also, you guys have the ability to spend points, dark side points, to fuck with Chaz and Tikal.
Yay!
No.
Don't give me that power.
Chaz, you have the power to fuck with them by spending light side points.
Okay,
cool.
all right. So
It's an interesting fight.
So,
great,
secondary question.
great.
Yeah.
Randomly. If I, like, just back up and disengage, will they leave me alone?
I don't know. That depends.
Cool.
Depends on how far you run.
Depends. It depends. Are you attacking my family?
So who's first?
I guess it'll be me.
Rashani, you're first.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
You see these two medalist raiders
Yeah.
in your workshop. Hammond and your youngest siblings are in here. They are not really combat capable.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. What do you gotta do?
Great. I'll put my hand back and say to my father, that's apparently behind
You
me,
touch the tree.
to protect the kids while I do take care of this.
Your father says, I will. And, wraps an arm around them. You see one of the vines moves to protect Tomac and Clear Sky. Attacks against them suffer a black die because now they have armor.
So I guess we'll flip a black for that. That
No.
seems pretty bad.
No.
No? That seems pretty bad, right?
Nope. Nice
I
try,
was
dickhead.
trying to be good.
You're trying to help.
Alright, I'm gonna... Oh my god, this is really bad.
You got 30 seconds.
Alright, so I'm going to pump it. I'm gonna do a lightning blast. Can I
How is
do
lightning manifest as a storm call? As a rainmaker? I would say you probably can't do lightning.
I can't do lightning? Okay, so never mind. Can I have destructive blast then?
Yeah, sure. That's a really strong one.
It's a sunder and a blast quality.
Yeah,
We'll
break
look
his
at this.
teeth.
So that's 4. That's 3 of these. I get these. I get that.
Are you trying to increase the difficulty a lot
No.
to make it hard?
No.
Okay,
I just really want to kill Jazz.
that's fine. That's fine. If you try to go higher than 3, I'm gonna start to knock dice out.
No. So
Actually, you know what? I want you to do
no,
really well.
No.
I want you to remove one of those purples. I want you to succeed.
You're so helpful, Kaya.
You're welcome.
I'm
You know, it's
also
really
as
funny
I'm
because I'm down for this. I'm like, oh, look at that. Looks like I gotta punch my teeth out.
Roll.
Alright, also I'm gonna send out Silky to go behind him.
Wait,
I never factored in Silky. Silky's not here. So-
Silky be here.
Silky, because you never fucking use it.
I just wanted to right now.
Fine. Yeah, no, Silky's not here. I don't know where Silky is.
okay.
Weird. You got to do your own thing. You're on your
Alright,
own
so
for a
I'll
while.
take that out then. Oh, weird. Because I don't get the plus because she's not here.
Silky's gonna get a roll to be under mind control. Make no mistake.
Oh,
Oh, holy shit. What?
What? You know what? I'm gonna put little trees down too.
oh my
Oh,
god.
nice.
Oh my god.
Da 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 da.
So I
Critical
crit you.
success.
So I crit you.
So how much damage do you do?
I
Boy,
crit you.
I'm glad we didn't give you the improved rain stick this game.
So it sunders her.
so-
It's destructive and has the
So
blast
Chaz,
quality.
your armor is broken. Just your clothes are just destroyed.
Oh my god, I'm naked!
No, like anime destroyed.
Oh,
It shows a little beefcake.
Yeah, yeah, it does
your
the,
armor is
the
just-
Chest is
Shokugeki.
okay.
Your armor is destroyed. Your soak is reduced by 1.
Oh man.
Yeah, she just got that plus
Um,
soak too.
Yep.
And,
so now, how much damage do you do? It's whatever your casting stat is.
My casting stat is presence of 3
And
plus.
does destructive have pierce?
It has sunder.
Does it have sunder and pierce?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I just want you to start to figure out your damage.
I know,
in a bit.
I know.
That's why I included the spell workspaces.
He also gains pierce quality with an rating equal to my casting attribute.
So 3.
So 3, so it's
So
6.
pierce 3. So you take 3 damage.
After, before.
And what's
The pierce
brain-
ignores your soak.
Okay.
And what does the blast do?
Blast affects everyone next to him, but no one's next
Oh,
to him.
I thought Tikal was near him. Okay, never mind.
Nope.
Well, I assume that there's a lot of people near him.
You have to roll
so
a crit.
in my brain.
No, that's
I'm
fine. Yeah,
so-
there's other spectral people. Roll a crit though.
Oh my god, please be a low crit.
Be like a 90.
You're so nice to me,
Shit!
94.
but.
Maybe.
Hey,
Maybe.
Chaz,
Oh,
you're
no.
at the brink.
Not
Every
again.
every time you take an action, you take a strain. You are
So sorry.
blasted back.
That's a 3, right?
Yeah, that's a 3. Y'all get on the brink pretty frequently,
Okay.
and you are, I'm gonna say, just boof, knocked back into the wall.
Okay, am I,
You're gonna suffer a black on all your rolls for the
black
next
on all my
round.
rolls? Okay, cool. And,
Every time you take an action, you take strain.
okay. And,
Why is this
am
the
I
battle
no
over that?
longer
Yeah,
a
it's-
threat?
It's the best I've ever
Oh
done.
no, you're still alive. It all depends on what you do.
The best I've ever rolled.
Tikal goes, oh my gosh! Okay. So
Ow.
bang
I
bang.
just turn around and
Do
literally.
you know what
just
you
light
wanna
it
do?
up.
I think so.
Because there is another threat as well beyond Chaz. Like this one is circling your friends.
Oh my god.
Okay, well,
What if I
I'm
play
gonna
dead?
use.
I
My
mean,
magic.
I don't know.
Listen,
And then.
you know I'm down for shit like
Seems
that.
like an easy target for good old Rashani.
Tomac's gonna close.
Oh, you're going now?
I mean, Tomac's gonna go at the same time as you. Do your thing. I'm just gonna
I want
keep
to
the
use
combat.
empowered.
Okay.
So that the attack
Oh,
deals
God.
damage equal to twice your casting attribute. This also
My
modifies
husband's
blast
gonna
damage.
murder me.
Okay.
He's
Do it.
definitely gonna murder
Just
you.
have your damage in your head and let's do it. Do you have any armor? You have
He
one
said
armor.
that my casting skill.
Melee
So-
light.
Oh, look at me! I failed. I didn't mean to, but I did. That's fine.
Oh, you went up to 4? You gotta tell me if you go up to 4.
Why? No, I didn't do that on purpose. I swear. Empowered test what Clear Sky would do.
Don't worry.
I promise.
I'll give it to you this. No, I know you're not cheating. I'll give it to you this time, but next time, just tell me if you go above 3.
Oh, I told you what it would do. All right, but I will.
No, I know, but I need to know like the
That's
number of dice you're
useless.
using.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tomac hits. Tomac crits.
Oh, it's really?
And Chaz is dead.
I need the D100. Oh, actually, hold on. Chaz, do you have an existing critical hit before that one?
Yes.
Oh, then
Oh no.
no.
Well, yes, I do. But
Oh.
I'm saying,
Oh,
no.
like, oh no, that's
It's
bad.
fine. You would have been crippled, but actually, you would have been maimed. So I'm just gonna
Brush it off.
brush it off.
Okay.
I'm not really looking to maim you that quick. But this one has plus 20.
Maybe it won't be that many.
No, it's gonna be.
Your face
Well,
says that.
I rolled an 89,
Oh.
so that means plus 20 is 109,
Who's maimed?
which is horrific injury.
Worth it.
Roll 1d10 and determine which of the target's characteristics is affected.
Why are you smiling?
How many? What was that? Like
Is
1,
it-
3, 5.
9. Oh, I'll get you the damage in a second. Oh no. He busts your moneymaker. Your presence is reduced by 1 until this critical injury is cured.
Oh my god, do you want them to die?
Hey, dice roll where they roll.
So what severity?
It's a
is
3.
that? It's a 3. Fuck that.
Chakal goes, Chaz, you should run!
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's... and the damage is gonna be... 7 damage. That's before soak.
Okay. All right. That's plus 4. Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
And Clear Sky, what did you do? Did you... Oh, you failed.
I was
That's
gonna
right.
do. Well, it was gonna be
Something
against
happened
Chaz,
with the
but
stream? I just got a thing saying it's better now, so I wasn't sure.
Weird. If it's fine now, then we're gonna keep going. But well, thank you for letting us know.
yeah.
Tikal is gonna go. Tikal is going to cure wounds on you and cure critical.
Oh.
She does not want you to fucking die.
That's good.
So her verse is here. Flip a light side point. She's gonna reduce the difficulty. She succeeds very well. You heal 1 strain, 4 wounds, and which critical injury do you want to be gone? The one that damages your presence,
Yes.
or the one that deals damage to you every time you do anything?
Shit. I guess the one that deals damage every time I do something.
It's cured. The pinion hits you and augments you. It melds with sort of like the feather jacket that you were wearing from her augment spell. And just like your like debilitated, crushed leg is a little bit better now. But Tomac is like, you've never seen Tomac fight like this. He is coming to kill you. You actually, of all people, know who he's fighting for.
Yes.
Okay, it is your turn.
Okay. All right. Do I still get this?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I hate everything. I have literally nothing because I bite people. My bite will. The bite of true love.
That could be the only
That's
solution
not a
now.
big
Bite.
Maybe you'll save
That's
us.
a true thing. Like that's
You want to
not-
bite Tomac?
True love.
My bite might murder him. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
might.
I
Well,
don't-
we're
Tomac
kids.
has
so...
7 soak
Oh.
and 3 defense.
So if
You'll
you
be
want
fine.
to try it,
Tomac is a nigh unkillable melee machine.
Goodbye the tree. The tree that's causing this shit.
You will have to run past Tomac for that.
And you have to run past Clear Sky and I.
Yeah, we're pretty
Wait,
bad.
did Clear Sky go?
Yeah, she
I did, but I failed.
That's
Now I'm gonna
I-
change.
I'm gonna bite Tomac because that's what I do best.
Okay.
Thank you for rolling your eyes.
It's a melee attack with 2 purple.
You can't really rise a true love, Kyle.
True.
2 purple. It's a melee attack against Tomac, which means 3 black. In addition to that black, so 4 black. I'll give you one of mine.
Alright, we have no more. You took all of them.
And then it's whatever your melee is. Here's the question. Do you want a berserk?
Do I want a berserk? I mean, I could berserk because
Because you're gonna fucking need successes and advantages to counteract Tomac's defense.
right. Yeah, I might want a berserk. Yeah.
Okay.
And and suffer so much strain.
Like, truth.
Okay,
Like,
you go
Also,
berserk.
my bite is brawl. So.
Okay.
So
That's
it's-
fine. Roll.
Yay. Okay. All right. I'm going to go berserk. I need
2 greens and 2 yellows
2
and a
yellows
green.
and green. Yeah.
I was gonna take one of mine.
That's true.
Don't forget your extra green from Tukal's augment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If you want to aim as a maneuver, you can get a blue.
8.
Basically, that means you like line up your shot. You like take a minute to like plan your attack, and then you attack. It'll give you a blue.
Yeah.
It's a maneuver everybody can do, and I
Yeah.
feel like you guys never use it.
Yeah, I'll do that as
Yeah.
well.
Go for it.
All of the death.
Maybe not.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
actually,
That
that's pretty
could have
good.
been worse. 3 failures is gonna be tough, but you've already negated one of them, right? Dwight?
Yes.
And one of the disadvantages, so
And
just
one of the
remove those from the pool.
Okay.
That way you don't forget.
So I'm gonna do boom.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a
That was a failure.
that's too failure.
You succeed, holy shit.
Boom. Boom. Oh,
Do you crit?
oh. Wait, what? Huh? I don't understand.
What's your bites crit?
3.
Well, you crit.
Oh.
Okay, here is the question. You only get the crit if you do more damage than Tomac's soak. How much damage do you do?
6.
Plus 1 is 7. Tomac's soak is 7.
Oh my god. You hit him. You bit him.
I'll give it to you. I'll give you the crit. Roll the D100.
You?
Oh, I have it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry, husband.
96. Tomac spends a point, reduces it to a 1.
Oh, I forgot you could do that.
Yep.
Tomac takes 1 strain.
Well,
Dash.
you tried, and that's important.
Dash.
Bad guy's turn.
I want to go first. So,
Go first.
Oh.
I'm upset that my last attack failed, so I'm going to use Deadly now instead.
Deadly. Okay.
So that's only 3. So that should be okay, right?
3's fine. Deadly's fine. What's Deadly do? Give you a
The
vicious
attack has
rating?
critical rating 2. The attack also gains a vicious quality with ranks equal to your casting attribute.
Makes
What's that?
sense.
So hopefully... That's
Who
what
are you
she's trying to
attacking?
do.
Which one are you
Oh,
attacking?
No.
Tikal?
Oh, no.
Are you attacking Tikal?
No, I'm not. It's actually Chaz.
Oh my god, why?
This is very in front at the moment. I don't
Chaz,
know.
they fucking hate you,
They do.
dude.
Tikal's over
Um,
there. I'm not focused
Tikal
on
is
Tikal.
still augmenting me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Wait,
keep that
he's
there. I'm
actually-
gonna keep my 1
he's
black.
cancelled.
No,
So I
he's
have-
over here.
This.
Why is it the one time we're critting is now?
So it
I have
does
1 time.
damage 3, 4, 5, 6. So it does 6 damage. It does crit with a vicious rating of 3. So roll a D100 and add 50 to it
50?
because he has 2 critical wounds.
Sorry.
Here you go.
Please roll like a 1.
So sorry.
Please roll a 1.
I didn't know it would be successful.
Goodbye, Chaz.
Oh my god. It's like 110.
101 maimed.
Goodbye, Chaz.
You know, maybe it doesn't have to be that way.
Maybe,
Please,
just maybe.
please.
Maybe we won't fucking kill Chaz. Maybe.
That is a 3 severity.
Yeah. What limb do you want to lose?
Are you serious?
I'm gonna say goodbye to my left arm.
Oh my god! Like, no,
Chaz's left arm is ripped off by a violent force of wind. I did not expect you guys to be this strong.
You said to do this!
You guys normally suck!
You crit Tomac! Can he be awake now, maybe?
Please save us from ourselves.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have
His
to do
arm is
anything.
gone!
This is a real fight.
I'm gonna put no. I'm gonna put a pause on this.
Okay, please.
It's got real
I'm
dark.
gonna say this. There's something you're missing.
Awesome. All right.
No. Like you, Dwight,
Yes.
are missing the way to stop at least one
You're
of
missing
them
an arm.
right now.
Oh, well, yep.
I will give you one guess, and if you can free Tomac, he will jump in the way.
And he could take the hit.
Trust me, the correct answer will prevent him from having spend his tough as nails. There is someone else in this fight that you are forgetting. Did you figure it out?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. If you save Chaz, I will sub next week. Reroll.
All right. No. I'd like to be merciful because you guys are doing way better than I thought you were, and we haven't rolled below like an 80 on the
What
crits
is
the
happening?
whole fucking night,
This never
which
happened.
is wild to me. Personally, I would love to take your arm away and then find a way to give you like a cool magic prosthesis, but like,
I don't want Clear Sky to
no.
do that.
Hold on. You are missing something.
Yes, I am.
Look at what's happening here.
Yes.
How many people are here?
2.
No.
No. Oh! 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 Holy fuck!
Spend 2 points.
Oh! Okay.
Have you figured it out?
The fucking sword!
Who do you want to crit?
I
Tomac or the sword?
guess the sword.
Because you were scathing tirading the wrong people.
That's right.
So time rewinds, the echo activates, and the fight
Final
wipes.
Fantasy Echo.
Yeah, the 14 echo.
Oh god. Your arm is so alive right now. Your arm is attached to your body.
That's so
and that's where it
happily-
belongs.
You just
Listen.
let me know what to do about this.
Erase that mained, because that's not going to happen. Because
Okay.
Tomac is mained. But Tomac reduces it to a 1,
Right.
which I already spent for.
Yeah.
You bite the sword, and then the sword bites Tomac. Something in the shoe blade pulls Tomac out
Yes!
of this waking nightmare.
Thank you for reminding me that the sword is an animate
real
object.
Listen,
person.
That I've been sleeping with.
you're still kind
Yeah,
of drunk.
you
Yeah,
should-
you guys have been dressing it up as a people.
At night, you put a little hat on him.
That initiative changes to a good guy.
Woo!
Clear Sky, you fire, Tomac jumps in the way, and his third shield is destroyed.
Okay, now this is a very important question that I have to ask. It might make this worse, and I don't know why I'm going to ask it, but would it be that I saw Tomac as a sibling, and now he's gone?
No,
Okay, good.
no.
Because that would be awful, and I
No.
would really appreciate
The sibling,
that not
so the
being-
sibling is still back there.
Okay, I would.
This was like Tomac was a house guard, but it turns out the house guard is a traitor.
Now you hate him twice.
Traitor.
Yeah, the house guard is assisting the medalist raider.
Okay, good.
Um,
I was
Tomac's
like,
third shield
it's
is
good-
destroyed, and his third gauntlet is destroyed
How many times?
because destructive. I realized that's how Tomac's tough as nails manifests. His shit just disintegrates, and he. What the hell was that? Oh my gosh! He looks around and sees you and Tikal and he goes, "Okay, I think I'm up to speed."
It's kind of obvious.
And this is why we need more money.
Tomac is back in the fight.
Woo!
That was one of you.
That was me.
Do you want to go or do you want the tree to go?
I was very concerned.
I will go. Because I'm trying to protect the tree. So
Mhm.
it's my duty to protect the tree. I hate this. This is gonna be real bad. What can I do to get multiple people?
Additional target.
It doesn't say that here.
For an attack spell, it's probably just burst.
So burst. Okay.
Yeah, blast would get Tomac and Chaz.
So I'm gonna put a poisonous blast.
Oh, that brings you up to a 4, right?
3. Blast is 1. Poisonous is 2.
Right, but the base is 1.
Oh yeah,
So
so
4.
4.
Yeah. So, oh, I could have had Silky dive in the way. Silky dive in the way too. Oh well. All right, we'll spend a dark side point to drop the difficulty.
Oh, I see now. Okay. It all makes sense. I didn't know.
Don't forget, you still have your 2 blues.
Oh, okay.
Critical inspiring rhetoric. Shit happens. Not bad. Sure as shit hit,
Hey. Wow.
but not a crit.
Not a crit.
That's very
A
good.
lot of bad things happen.
Yeah, you get a lot of damage because it's like 6 plus 4.
6 plus 4.
Well, it's like 3, right? Your attack is
Yeah,
your damage is 3.
So 6.
If your attack, yeah, it's 6.
Yeah, so you do 6 damage.
If your attack deals damage, the target must make a 3
A 3.
resilience check, or suffer wounds and strain equal to my casting attribute. Additionally,
Okay, so you have to roll resilience, a difficulty of 3. Tomac is a fucking master of resilience.
she smashes one of her potions into her
Her
rain
potions.
stick as the water goes and
Difficulty
flows
of
to
3, you
you,
said?
and it's not
Difficulty
great.
3. Tomac's fine. Tomac throws the quagmire water off of himself. Whew.
Okay,
she's
and
just-
secondary
And
question.
6 damage. Tomac absorbs all 6 damage.
Secondary question. Do these count for anything with this roll?
You still get the augment. The black die is gone. That was just 1 round.
Okay.
All right, but you have to survive this resilience roll.
So you've already taken 3 damage because it was 6, and then your soak reduced it to 3. So you're at 3.
Please.
Roll.
Okay.
Roll. I'm just keeping track.
Oh,
1 success will do it.
oh my god.
So you're successful. You shake the poison off you. It looks like Tomac took most of the poison, and you sort of just get caught in the splashback. He does, however, say, "You all right back there?"
Yep. Or I kind of just
It
make weird noises.
is rancid.
I make weird noises.
Oh, sorry about your face.
Not only do I make weird noises because of my face, but also I make weird noises because I'm just fucking berserk right now. I can't talk.
Yeah.
It's Tomac's turn.
Yeah, Rashani's just screaming
I'm like thinking, I'm
very
like, oh, that's
upset.
right, I don't
Tomac.
say words.
Tomac has a plan. He engages with Clear Sky.
Okay.
He's gonna grapple you.
What do I do?
Do you have any ranks in Brawl?
I have 2, but I do have a defense of 2 also. You get
That's
2.
fine. Do you have any ranks of Brawl? The
Oh,
attack.
brawl. No.
Okay. Well,
No.
Tomac does. So you have 2 defense. Okay.
Wait,
So so what is your brawn? So it's a difficulty of 2 purple versus Tomac's pool.
I'm not very strong.
Wait, doesn't someone go after me because I went first?
She went first.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It was we took it out of the initiative order for a second there.
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused.
I just cleared everything out. Did you need any?
It's fine. I'll just bring it. Okay.
Yeah, Tomac obliterates you.
That's
with
rude
this.
on every level.
Tomac
but-
just picks you up and he stuffs you in his backpack and then he closes the backpack.
Go, Tomac!
What do I do
He
now?
closes the backpack and he just to go and he throws it to Tikal.
It's like a bag of cats. What are you doing?
And Tikal goes right, and she like catches it with one of
I'm
her
so
talon
upset.
feet and like throws it behind her.
I guess I'm good now.
It
Where
is
I go?
the Songwood's turn.
I'm in the bag.
Oh Jesus!
It moves!
The Songwood slowly shambles forward.
That's
Oh, that's
upsetting.
even that was so
With its
upsetting.
ambulatory
That's a
roots.
Why?
It pulls itself from the
It's
muck.
so-
The tree didn't just fucking appear here. It walked here.
like that. Either one makes sense. I don't know.
Like they didn't see it in the distance or something and go,
Oh, here's a tree.
maybe
so
it shouldn't come
it moves to within short range of all of you, and it is going to lash at all of you.
Oh
No.
my god.
Thankfully, it's not particularly strong.
That feels.
Do you have defense?
What? Oh.
Do you have defense?
Yes.
How much?
1.
1? Okay. It completely fails to hit you. Versus Tomac.
The thing from before that poison attack, did I have damage from that? I'm sorry. I forgot.
What attack?
Mine.
Yeah, 3.
3, thank you.
3.
Got it.
It crits, but it does fail, so no dice on Tomac, completely goes through him, and this is versus Tikal.
Oh my god.
Fail.
So it failed on all
It
of us?
rolled 2 of these. It rolled 2 double failures.
Nice. Good job, Song Tree.
So it, but just like you managed to nimbly like roll out of the way. Tomac just like braces it and like shoulder checks the root that comes at it, and Tikal just nimbly like dives around it. And when the branch goes near Clear Sky, she does use the crossbow to like push Clear Sky out of the way. So Clear Sky, you sort of roll over to here.
It literally is just this little
It's
bag.
bag.
And it's just like
Struggling bag.
Yeah, it's just
Chugging a little gripply bag.
um.
Oh my god.
Top of the initiative. Do you want to go? Do you want Tikal to go, or do you want Tomac to go?
Oh my god, this is not great.
Please
guys.
stop this tree.
Please
I
stop us,
think
please.
I never know what to do, and the only thing
Tomac's gonna go first, and he goes, "Hey, listen! I'm not sure if you know this, but sheathed swords can't hurt trees." And he turns to Rashani, and he draws his sword in its sheath. He obviously can't take it out, but he is going to engage with you, Rashani. He says, "Listen, I'm real sorry about this, Shani, but I got no choice. You're way too scary." But like in the dream world, it's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, you bitch." Do you have any defense?
Yeah, I have one.
Melee? Oh, from the defensive range stick, yeah.
Well, and the armor.
No, that's not what defense comes from. That's what silks come from. He fucking hits, though.
Good.
He hits for 2. It's gonna be 8 damage to you as he like,
8
boing,
damage.
boing, hits you with the sword.
Soak. So it takes away defense and then soak?
No, your defense is not. Your defense only adds black dice to his
Yeah.
roll.
Oh, okay. So it's a 2
Ugh.
damage.
Shit. How much is your soak?
6.
Oh, because you have the chainmail on. And he goes, "I never should have taught her to wear that." He takes the sword in 2 hands now.
Oh, damn.
Okay, that was Tomac's turn. Do you have what you want to do, or do you want Tikal to go?
I'm gonna bite a tree.
I'm gonna.
Gonna bite a tree.
Oh my god, don't.
so
This
you're
is so
enraged
bad.
and you bite the tree. You pass through its opportunity attack range. It's gonna take a swing at you.
Cool.
You have defense though. It swings wide and it fails with 2 disadvantages, so you get a blue on your attack.
Woo!
You're still raging, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you automatically have those successes. So
I am raging forever.
its melee is 2 difficulty, and it's going to be 1 point of armor. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And then I'm gonna do
Brawl? Yeah.
Yes.
Don't forget the extra one from Tikal.
Yep, got it.
Oh, and then the blue one. Yeah, okay, you got it. You sorted out.
Really bad.
I knew I could count on you, baby. Baby. Ancient wedding ceremony. This is a good thing.
I know, what he said was really
Fuck,
funny.
that's really funny.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So,
Okay.
I mean, you ain't gonna crit it.
Are you sure?
You take 2 strain. That's how I'm gonna penalize you for the 2 bad things. So you take 2 strain.
okay.
How much is your base damage?
Also have one other advantage,
So you take 1 strain.
and then I also have
Plus
another
1.
success.
So
So
6,
that-
7 successes. So it's whatever your damage is plus 7.
So that's 6 damage.
So plus 7 is fucking 13. Do you have Pierce?
Your
Yes.
teeth? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's one.
You take. So you. Alright, here's what happens. It swings that branch at you, and your feral instincts take over, and you land on the branch as it climbs up, and now you are amongst the fruit. And you just take 13 of these stupid fruits and just
They're human heads.
rip these things apart. No, they're fruit.
Oh,
They are fruit, and they are sickly sweet,
Oh,
like
great.
They look like it.
disgustingly ripened fruit.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
they look like the people that have fertilized the tree.
That's what bothers me, I guess.
Yeah, it's an intimidation tactic. It's a way to prevent predators. It's anti-predation,
It prevents
and you
me.
just rip some of like an entire cluster, half of this fucking tree. All the fruit is gone. You have harvested. And Tikal goes, "Holy shit! I'm not gonna be mean to that one anymore." And Tikal is gonna go, right?
No, that was
two of you, so it's the bad guys.
Okay.
I'm in a bag, so.
So I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's why you'll go at the bottom.
I like that. I'm in a bag, so.
My owner had me in a bag and thrown me in the water.
Throw me in
the water. That's from Babe Pig in the City.
So,
That's
what are you
Chihuahua
gonna do,
said
babe?
So I just saw one of my siblings get attacked just now.
Yeah, attack.
So-
They're not dead, but
No,
yeah,
attacked.
It's Hammond, by the way. They're attacking Hammond.
Okay, great.
I'm attacking your dad.
So I'm going to ensnare Chaz as well as put the destructive quality on it.
Okay,
Cool.
that's fine.
So it'll
you're
be
casting a
explosive
spell?
ice.
That's fine. You're casting a spell within range of Tomac?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna upgrade the difficulty twice.
Okay.
What?
So whatever your difficulty is, I had replace two of them with reds.
What was this blue for again?
That was for the bonus roll
Four.
from Tomac.
So yeah. I'm trying to get him out of the tree.
That's
maybe,
fine.
Maybe I'll put the knockback quality too.
I mean, don't go ham.
Okay,
You
so
selected your spell.
instead of that, like, can I put knockback destructive instead?
Sure.
Because I feel like that'll do
Do we
something.
still
Like,
get the 2 blues? It's like the third
it'll be
turn,
the
right?
same.
This is the third turn, yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, I think this is the fourth turn.
Oh, never mind. We're good then.
Yeah, so no two blues.
Okay.
So, did you want to affect my pool?
Yes, I do. Something happens. The magic begins to leave you as you make this attack.
Leave.
Yeah. I need you to add 2 blacks to that pool. Selkie is drawing magic away from you.
Dun, 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 dun.
I have a piece for Selkie. So we'll use the blue tack.
Oh, what am I doing? Oh, it doesn't exist.
Selkie.
Aww.
I failed.
Yeah? Yeah, I know you're excited, but Rashani isn't. Yeah, Selkie has betrayed you. It is unfurled from you, and it is refusing to do magic for you anymore.
Oh, she's upset. She's very upset.
Yeah.
Like she's like throwing it off. Of
No,
me.
it's
Like,
off of you.
Oh,
already.
she's
It's on
just
the
very-
ground, and it's like bit your hand and just drew the magic away from you.
Yeah, she's not happy about
Yeah,
that.
your familiar is giving you an anti-familiar bonus right now. It's sucking away.
Good. I mean, bad.
That's fine. And Tomac was like, holding you back as well.
Because I try to kill Chaz with all my fucking might.
Tomac's like, no.
I've already critted you more than
Thank you, Selkie.
I love that everyone's trying to kill Chaz.
You started biting my siblings, you bitch.
So the tree is gonna go, and the tree is done. Yeah, that's fair. The tree is done with this shit. The tree is going to use Tonewood Bellow.
What's that?
I need all of you
I'm in a bag.
to give me resilience.
Oh,
Resilience.
that's good.
Oh no.
That's really good. That's
3.
exceptional.
3.
You're all within short range of her. Not you. You're
Oh,
fine.
I actually have resilience. Fuck yes.
This is good. This is great.
It's like
Oh
the
my
first.
god.
Yeah, I have resilience.
Oh,
I'm
I
a
get
thick
that.
girl.
Yes. Do you want to Nope, I guess not.
I'm a thick strong girl.
I'm a thick mom.
Why would I say that?
Oh!
I am the win.
I need you, because you critically success. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. This is not right.
Okay.
You can roll again.
I'm so happy.
You get a 2 blue bonus. The difficulty is a red and 2 purple.
Feel free to change the pool if you need.
Okay.
She can't touch the pool this time.
Oh,
Never mind. Can't touch
can't touch it.
Please, oh
Yeah,
please, oh
because this is fate.
So, of course, I critically failed.
But maybe, I don't know actually, this is pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, you fail. No, everything's normal. It's just a bad sitch. How'd you do?
I haven't rolled yet.
Roll,
I will roll.
please.
Rashani is a very nice, thick half-orc, by the way.
Well, I
We'll
mean,
post the pics later.
I'm gonna cancel out this failure and cancel out those, so I succeed.
Okay.
With one
And
one.
all succeeds. Holy shit.
Woo!
Everybody succeeds. This thing deals 2 strain to itself. Everyone in the area takes 1 strain just from its horrible cacophonous screeching.
Me too.
No.
You don't count.
I'm just in the bag.
Takal's gonna go, and Takal says, Chaz, Can you hear me? Chaz, get out of the tree. Chaz, all right, fine. Don't get out of the tree, dummy. She is going to whistle, and her pinions catch on fire.
Ooh.
Oh no!
You're in the
You're in the
tree.
tree.
You're in,
That's what
you're
you're
in the
saying,
tree.
yeah,
I am also
She
in
is
berserk
adding
mode.
burn.
I'm too far gone.
That's-
She's adding burn and pierce to this attack.
Oh,
She does not care about saving the wood. She wants to stop this thing.
Oh no, we need that wood.
We need the money.
Clay's gonna feel so bad about us even calling him here.
Tomac, here's the thing. None of you are cognizant enough to tell her not to, and Tomac agrees. The money is not worth this. Holy shit. She critically succeeds.
Woo!
So,
Everything's gonna burst into flame, and I'll be like, well, goodbye, my friend.
I'll spend 1 good boy point to say that the crit only destroys the fruit and the foliage of the tree, not the wood. But those heads near you, those fruit heads, pop
Ew.
like water balloons, and you are just covered in juice and pulp as this arcane, like phoenix pinions pop into this thing, and it just burns. You did so much fucking damage, and another crit with so much damage on top of it.
It's not gonna be good for the two of us psychically.
It is disintegrated,
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Cool.
and the
I'm
tree.
sure this is pretty bad.
This is the worst it could be.
I didn't expect all of you to fail. I was expecting to get maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure getting snapped out of it like that is not great.
No, there's no downside to that.
No, I mean like hearing your loved one scream and
No. Like I said, there's no downside to that. It doesn't work like that. The illusion is instantaneously broken.
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 Okay.
So I think
I'm not a monster.
I think
Well,
it's
it's
funny.
an interesting way to do it.
I
though.
think it's
Right, but once the magic is gone, why would it linger to torment you? It just goes away. And it.
I think it's really
Balls.
interesting that we failed so much in the beginning, and then everyone started rolling really intensely when it came to attacking Chaz.
yeah, like we were like, no guys, we're gonna fail all these rolls. Chaz?
All right,
Chess?
so
Oh, time to kill Chess?
Chaz?
the encounter's done, right?
Yeah.
Like
You don't heal strain.
Did they pop like
No.
Oh, you
arcane
take
fruit?
I take 6.
Arcane fruit gushers.
Yeah, just like gushers.
Just like arcane fruit gushers.
No,
So-
I definitely don't heal strain at all. I had 6.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
So it disintegrates, and here is the thing about the spell. Like, the memories of it become hazy. Like, it doesn't leave you with the traumatic after effects, or like it might leave you with like the melancholy of like, oh, I saw my family again, but that's not how this type of verse magic works. It's simply just to lure you in and get you to stay near the tree so that you become fertilizer for it. But because it was abruptly ended, it just sort of like drains in one ear out the other. So there's just a little bit left, but it's not like as bad, unless you really want to roleplay that sort of thing.
I was just wondering, it gives an
No,
opportunity to roll.
also
with
you
it.
definitely don't see your loved ones die.
Okay.
Definitely not. Like, even if it doesn't drain out altogether, that does not happen under any circumstance. It just ends.
Okay.
And Tomac, like, Selkie is like still on your arm, and Tomac is like still holding you back as well. And he goes, and then like you sort of come back. He goes, oh, you good?
Yes.
Clarissa, you are in a bag.
I'm in a bag.
What do you say?
Yeah, I'm in a bag.
Probably screaming, why am I in this bag?
So cover your mouth.
Why am I in this bag?
There it is.
Get me out of this bag!
Perfect. Sorry, Clear Sky. I thought it was funny. Tikal heads over and like with her foot, she just opens the bag and tosses it open.
Thank you, I guess.
I'm assuming that it probably fell out of the tree as it fell over.
Oh yeah, you were also singed.
Okay, so I'm probably
Not great.
I am now sitting up and being like, because
I tried to tell you to leave. Your presence is fucked.
my presence is fucked, and I
It's
was
gonna bruise. I might scar.
yeah no.
Man, they really hated you. Not a single one tried to hurt me.
That's kind of insulting.
Yeah, I think I'm a bigger threat than you.
Or is the opposite.
Maybe.
Oh, that's no good.
I'm just saying.
Well, I guess it all worked out in the end for Tikal anyway, so good luck with your mug. She heads over to the tree and sort of begins to, like, inspect it.
Alright, I guess I'll go, heal you then.
I already healed him. His
Oh.
body won't be ready for another healing dose in a while.
Oh, alright. I'm sorry then.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
She
Ew.
shoots a pinion into you and it silences you. Alright, that's done. That was rough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on this wood real quick. And she starts attacking the wood. It's pretty vicious.
Yeah, and Tomac, like, takes out some of the axes that were supplied to you and hands them out.
Oh, yeah.
Except he
Do
doesn't
they have
actually
like a
touch them.
properly sized axe for
Yeah,
the
she
big
can't.
ones?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What
He
do you
doesn't
mean?
touch them.
He gives us the bag, not the axes, right?
He can't.
He can't
axes.
touch axes.
No, they're being used as a tool, not a weapon.
All right.
Okay.
It's a fucking knife is a tool and a weapon. He's not using them as a weapon.
Mhm.
But yeah, fine. As he goes for it, and you guys are like, "Oh, don't do that." He's like, "No, it's fine." Actually, I've never actually chopped up a dead body. Never made a dead body, really. It says it's cool. She says it's cool, so I can do it. And he takes out the axe. Cool. Just don't. All right, I won't. I said I won't.
All right, let's leave them to it. Just start attacking.
So you guys chop this tree up.
Very upset at this tree.
Probably gonna like gnaw angrily at a tree branch.
It's just got.
Hey, I can actually bite through branches.
Yeah.
It is proven every
Yeah,
single
it's
time
true.
anyone tries to do some sort of
Oh yeah.
painful thing to me.
Just bite it.
Just bite it.
Just bite right through it. So Claire Sky, there's not really much for you to do because
I'm doing
a lot
tiny
of it's
chops.
too big. That's fine.
Tiny
But
chop.
like, there's not much left for you to do. So like, you can sort of just sit and chill.
Twigs.
Okay.
Yeah, she's picking up the twigs.
She's cleaning up the
So
area.
you're sort of over by the cave, picking up some of the twigs.
Okay, I forgot about the cave.
I'm gonna roll to get my
Okay.
my strain back.
That's
just
fine.
letting you
That's
know.
fine. You can do the strain roll.
Good.
And from inside the cave, you hear. Ding, 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 ding,
Oh
ding,
god.
ding, 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 ding.
So
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding,
No.
ding.
so Claire Sky's allowed to remember
So that's
this,
two.
right? Claire Sky remembers this.
Why wouldn't she remember this?
Okay, good, because now I'm just gonna probably
Ding, ding, ding.
slowly back up and then run really fast and tell them what's happening.
Oh no, it sounds like distant in the cave, but yeah,
Distant,
okay.
but still.
So you run over to the group.
Stream will cry.
Hell of a toothpick.
Remember that that weird spider guy that we saw that one time?
Ah, yes. The
Yeah.
Lord of the Strings. I didn't say
The
that.
name's not gonna stick.
And Lord of
Chaz,
the,
it's
Lord,
not
Lord
gonna
of the
stick.
Strings.
It's the Lord of the Strings.
Well, what's really
What's that?
important right now is that he's in that
Spider.
cave, probably in the cave. You see the cave? He's in it. Probably, I could hear him.
Hit how? Like
What?
If you get, if you're near the cave,
Like,
you
you mean
know,
like
like
you mean like the harp spiders?
yeah, but it's sounds more
They
controlled than
harp
that.
spiders or they?
If you just go near the
Why?
cave,
Okay, all right,
Spiders.
okay. I'm going near the cave.
if you know,
I'm going
you
near
know,
the cave.
yeah,
I'm going
okay,
near the cave.
follow me
You
to
hear
this
it.
cave.
Does it sound like a lyre spider or does
Yeah, it sounds like liar spiders.
it's probably just lyre spiders. But
I mean,
I understand your trepidation. All right.
I feel like
Why don't you cast like a fire spell or something with light?
can I do that
Yeah,
as a
you
A
wind
heat
spell?
spell or something.
you make a little you bite a torch.
Oh, okay. Got
You
it.
cast a light spell. It's
You
fine.
use a flashlight.
Do you want to go in the cave? The cave is pretty small as it gets farther down. Like,
So, would I be the only one who could fit?
yeah.
Still,
was
I
gonna
still
say,
say that.
so
goblin
I'm
should
gonna,
be able to
like-
fit anywhere
I
but
mean-
Maybe.
You're
Do you
a
think I
half
should
elf.
go in this cave?
Why don't you go and I'll
In the
send
cave?
Silky? I'm back. I'm okay. Can you still be okay with this?
So we have Silky's
Yeah,
maybe yeah.
Silky will go with you.
What could go wrong? I'm gonna go in the cave. That's where I'm going. In
Okay.
this cave.
So I'll have Silky go first to protect her. Just
So
it's
Silky
scary.
goes first, and she just slithers through the cave.
I'm
See,
just crawling.
She sounds like rushing water.
Yeah.
in the cave.
And like when the water fills the cave, the spiders. Ding.
Confusion.
And you like crawl through this little hole. And you appear out. And yeah, it's just there's just some lyre spiders.
Everything's
Just sort of
totally normal.
Yeah, it's like a normal ass cave in here.
Okay.
I want a snack. Bring some back.
Silky seems weird though.
What does that mean?
Possessed.
You dick. Possessed.
Oh,
Great. Possession.
9/10.
Silky does sort of seem curious. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna give Silky 1 rank of notice, I think.
Aww.
Is that perception?
Yeah.
Can I?
She's
Should I
giving her-
roll too?
No, you give her the blue.
I'm giving her blue.
I'm giving her.
Wait, no, she gets 2.
Yeah, I know, I rolled 2.
Oh.
So
okay.
she super succeeds. She didn't roll a single failure, and she rolled a bunch of advantages. And she sort of cocks her head to the side. And then she slithers deeper into the cave.
I guess I'm going too.
You follow after, come out into this chamber.
Oh, great.
Just like a little cliff. But then there's hewn stairs that go down. They're worn.
Lord of the Strings.
And in the center of the cave, in this cavern, you've been here before.
I've been here before.
Right, but not this here.
The gate to the underworld.
There are 6 pillars and a large basin.
Oh.
And the basin is whole and full of water. The
Okay.
water is super magical.
Oh, he did that last time.
And sure as shit, that weird, like, door, that, like, T-bone door is ahead. Like a here and here.
Oh, okay. T-bone that way. Not T-bone that way.
No, lowercase t.
Okay.
Is
Very important.
the weird guy in this room?
The Lord? No.
Lord, I refuse.
No, he's not here.
So there's no one here.
No, it's empty. It's beautiful. There's a lot of water spirits in here. And they seem to be, like, frolicking in the spring. And Silky sort of saunters over and seems to, like, talk to them.
Okay.
And then Silky just gets in the water.
Oh, she's
That
gone.
seems
Never getting her
safe.
back.
So I'll check it out, I guess.
Okay. Where do you go? Up to the water?
Sure.
Okay. So you go up to the water. Do you put your feet in or something?
Sure.
Okay. You don't have any wounds or strain? Do you have strain?
I have 4. I mean, I have. I need to heal 4.
Okay, it's healed.
That's okay. I'm very hesitant about this for some reason.
This is my favorite person ever.
There's motion in the water, which is weird.
Is it where is it coming from in the water?
Like a circle. Like a gentle current going back and forth.
Can I talk to the spirits here?
You're not terribly fluent in water
Yeah,
spirit,
I don't know if I
but
can do
yeah,
that.
you can. I mean, you have spoken to water spirits.
Yeah.
Give me knowledge.
Okay.
The spirits are chill. It'll be, I don't know, a black and purple.
I mean, it is your cake.
Yeah, it's your cake, homie. You can eat it. It's your party. You can eat cake if you want to.
You also can have another beer if you want.
So
Oh, really?
I have
Ah, critical death?
yeah, and a right.
Yeah!
I would like one.
Okay. So what are, like, spirits don't, like, really verbalize,
Okay.
but what do you ask them?
So, that's what I would ask them.
What's up, homie?
I guess how long they've been here?
They sort of, just, like, based on their age, these spirits are brand new.
Brand new.
Brand spanking new.
It's a Cronenberg.
They say, follow,
Okay.
and they go into the water.
In the water.
You're
I
frog, that's
will
okay.
follow them in the water. I don't need to breathe, I guess. So this is fine.
Yeah, and you have trouble sinking because you're bone, and so he just sort of like bites you on the hip, and like you tip to the side, and she just drags you down. And you go all the way to the bottom of this massive basin, and that's when you see where the water's sort of coming from. There's little like slots and slits down here, and it's just flowing in and on all sides, and it fills. But the entire bottom of this basin is much, 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 much darker. Like, it is a perfect like bisection of just like clear water, and then just like the very bottom is this like circumference of just like very dark water. Noticeably darker, not like abyssal, not like Hadal zone dark, but it is dark.
Do the spirits go in that water too, or
Of course not.
it just? Of course not.
Some of the
So
spirits
it's
are
like I'm asking,
some
like-
of the spirits are like jumping on it almost, and it.
Can I ask them like, what's up with that?
Silky
Oh, I'm sorry.
wags you around, and then just like moves forward and like puts you face to face with it, and like hits your head into it, and your head like boom, boom, boom.
Can I take this with me in some form?
Well, you start to think that as the water shifts to one side, the perfect circumference sort of like ooze goes to the other side. And that's, as it sort of pulls up, you see rough facial features in this water. This is an incredibly old water spirit.
Ugh.
Oh. Hey there.
And it sort of looks at you. It has been many years since we've had a visitor. What brings you here?
Oh, I guess nice to meet you. I don't know how really to describe this, but I've been somewhere similar before. It looked just like this, which is weird. And there was a weird spider-looking guy. Have you seen anyone like that around here?
Spider? I'm afraid not.
Huh. So, like you said, it's been pretty quiet here. It seems pretty nice.
4 generations, yes.
Well, that is good. Do you know, who possibly built this place?
Of course.
Could you tell me who it might have been?
I'm afraid not. You're simply not knowing who could have made something like this tells me that you may not enter.
Oh,
A knowledge roll?
Since you've already encountered a room like this and everybody failed that roll,
Right.
you have no idea. Are you two texting me?
I'm texting you.
Okay.
I'm not texting you. I don't have a phone.
Okay. So, yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that's. I don't know what else to ask. Well, if you guys don't mind visitors, do you? If you happen to get them?
It depends on their intent.
I see. Well, maybe I could bring. I have someone who's really cool with water spirits. I guess maybe would you? She might. Do you think she would maybe?
Does she perhaps know?
No.
I value your honesty.
Oh, thank you.
I do not wish for you to bring visitors who do not know our purpose
Okay. Well, I will maybe come back once I find someone who knows your purpose.
I will be gone.
You'll be gone?
Yes.
Where are you going?
I will be leaving now.
Oh,
It was such a
Right
gripply response. Where are you going?
But leave it for where? I mean, fine. I mean, it's nice talking to you, I guess, but, have fun?
Duty is not fun. It is duty.
That's true. Well, I'll maybe see you later?
Perhaps
Anything's fun if you try.
in the future.
And the water spirit rises up to the surface, and Silky sort of like pulls you up out of the pool. And the water spirit, remember in the first chamber we talked about how there was like that sort of
Channel thing.
channel
Yep.
leading down into this thing?
Yep.
The creature just gets up and flows into the channel, and the giant stone door, when it's hit with this force of water, the water slips through it. You get a glimpse of what's beyond for a moment, and it just seems like another corridor of hewn stone with the channel continuing, and then it comes back to a rest in the same position.
So there's probably nothing I could do to...
Oh, no way, dog.
Yeah, there's nothing.
If you guys couldn't open the first one, you
We're
can
not
open
gonna open
this one.
this one. I guess we'll go back then.
But you have more clues about these doors than you did before.
Yeah.
So you head back to the group.
Feels like a Zelda fairy fountain. That's what it feels like.
It is from Xenoblade.
Oh.
So, you've all finished chopping up the Songwood. And Clear Sky comes out.
Oh, and Silky too. Or is Silky gone?
Silky's fine.
So he's gone
Forever.
She's dead.
I'm glad everything was alright after you didn't come out for our first few minutes and you didn't respond. We were a little worried.
Oh, well, I have good news.
Alright.
The spider guy is not here.
That's good.
No one has been for generations.
Not so good.
That is kind of really specific phrasing,
Yeah, yeah.
actually.
Oh, I was talking to some spirits. It was cool.
Oh,
Can I
okay.
info dump everyone?
Boop, info dump.
It always makes them sound. You have to make a
That
full
was
sound.
such a stuck-up spirit. God, they think they know everything. I mean, they probably do, but that's just like...
I mean, they usually.
Do none of you know what a water wheel is?
What?
Like a water wheel. Like a wheel powered by water?
I mean,
Do I know
I
what
saw a
it is?
wheel before.
Yeah, like it's not like a difficult concept. Like people use them to like crush grain.
Oh, I've never worked in a farm or anything.
Not really specific to a farm there, dear.
it's a mill.
Oh, a mill.
Right. Except instead of powered by wind, it's powered by water. You're a water person.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that I've seen water wheels willy-nilly. I just thought they were mechanically
There's
worked.
one in Pamu.
Pommy? Oh, yes, but like I don't know how the inner workings of it. I know water goes through and it pushes around.
Because now you've all caught to call up on this mystery
Yeah.
she wasn't here for.
Well,
and she's just like dumbfounded
Well,
by
people
you.
in Jepson didn't know either, right? Like they had no idea.
Not really, no.
So yeah, so we didn't know.
Oh.
I worked in a mine.
I did not.
I don't know anything about this. I mean, I know other things, but not.
So it was a mine?
It's a ruin
Of
from the classical age.
oh,
The age
Classical.
before the current age. That's common knowledge. It's,
I mean, like, yeah, but
yeah,
like...
it's
he
the
was, like-
age.
he grew up under a rock, literally.
No, I know, but rock
I just
has
wanted
its
to make
own.
that joke so bad.
Rock
Alright.
has its own classical
I know.
age stories and shit like that. Like
Mm.
it's
So
popular.
the weapons come from the classical age, technically?
No,
No. Okay,
no.
I would have sworn.
Fun fact.
Yeah, the current age has been going on for like 1,000 years, I think, a couple hundred years probably.
Why would I care about the classical age if I don't live in it?
Yeah, that's like super common knowledge amongst criminals. I'll say it, criminals.
Oh, see.
Oh.
Or like adventurers, but I guess you two aren't really adventurers.
Well,
so.
we're new.
New.
We're new. She passed the 2 on them. They're new.
I'm new.
Also, we didn't know.
voice.
So we didn't know. So it's for grain? And why would criminals know about it?
Can I
Because
just
that's
be a
where all...
Gripply the next campaign?
It's because you
Sure.
croak all the time?
Well, it's because all fat loot's in there.
Fat loots. Oh, you mean in the ruin?
What? There's
Yeah.
money?
Just tons of it, and magic items and all that shit.
Magic
All
items?
classical age artifacts, like, it's worth hundreds and thousands of coins.
Wow.
Well,
But getting in and getting out, that's sort of the hard part.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
the spirits didn't seem like
Yeah.
they would be cool with just anyone going in there.
That's their problem.
Well, was there anything
Like I
down
said,
there?
stuck up.
It seemed like there was another chamber, but
You don't know, don't
I didn't
judge.
see what it was.
But we wouldn't be able to open it just like the last one, right? There was
Hmm.
you needed a ridiculous amount of force to even try.
Well, an elder spirit, yeah, probably could generate that force.
You're
What?
familiar with elder spirits?
I've seen a couple elder spirits in my day, or, I mean, I think they were elder spirits. I've seen a couple spirits, I've fought a couple spirits,
I'm
I've
just surprised.
drunk a couple spirits.
I thought you were a reverse mage.
Yeah, so.
I just,
Doesn't
out
mean
of
I'm not-
character, I totally thought that only primal magic users could see spirits.
No, plenty of people can see spirits.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, that, like, anyone can see spirits. It
Somebody
depends on if
asked
the
me I
spirits
could see
want.
spirits.
It depends on if the spirits want to be seen.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask a really obnoxious question to call, but then we had that moment, and so I stopped.
Yeah, I mean, not all of them have these. I guess it sounds like a lock, but
The last.
some of them you could just jump in, go nuts. But you know, traps and all that, super deadly.
Mm.
Kind of like crazy trees of death.
I wonder if they have those down there. I don't know. I don't really think much about it. I've never been.
Oh.
That's suicide.
Ah, cool.
Mm.
That's a good thing to know.
Well, now that we're done with the wood, actually we got all the wood off. Why don't we just head out and forget this ever happened?
Yeah, okay.
That sounds
Sure.
like a plan.
I'm not gonna forget though. I won. I saved the day. Takal's the greatest. As you guys like load up the wagon and ride out on it.
Yeah, you are.
Takal's the dopest.
Yes, we've said this already. This is
I know, but I just want to hear you say it like one more time.
Okay,
Who's
okay.
the best?
You're the best.
Who saved the day?
You saved the day.
Ah, Takal saved the
Were
day.
you, were you the one who put me in a bag?
No, actually, that was Tomek.
Tomek like looks at Takal and you look at Takal like you don't know who did it. And Takal looks at Tomek and looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I did. Thought it'd be funny."
Well, I guess that's fair. Please don't do that again.
Oh, I know. I'm such a bad friend. Wow, wow, wow.
I think you were a good friend for saving us, though.
Guess I could have run.
I mean, you were the only one apparently that wasn't affected besides Jazz. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, Chaz was affected
Oh, I didn't know that.
She stabbed me.
Oh.
several times.
Yeah, several.
Truthfully,
She looks back. Oh.
truthfully, the chance to potentially kill all of you probably was what caused me to stay. That and the fat payout after we sell this wood. I'm getting a cut. I'm getting a big cut. Let's not make any mistakes. You know what Takal is here for that sweet, sweet money.
If she said Dash, I might have lost my
That sweet, sweet Takarada bucks.
That's all I wanted.
Takarada bucks.
Like
I just imagine her like feathered hands just being like.
So, I assume we'll gloss over the travel, right?
Yep.
You guys return to Populous from Pomu. It takes some time. You cash in all of
Cash money.
that. You cash in all of the Tonewood, and boy oh boy, the Tonewood is worth so much more than the job itself. Y'all get 1,500 coins.
We are so rich. Your layer's.
1,500. Also add that 200 that I got from
Oh,
the
I did.
beginning.
Tight. So, first things first.
Is there a doctor in the house?
I am
No.
a doctor.
You all sort of get back. When you get back to the wagon, Silky sort of slips away from Rashani And like, there's something in Silky. She sort of looks around like suspiciously, like conspicuously, and then is like, she like leans forward on you, and it looks like she's looking to be pet.
Pet her with my skeleton head.
So you pet her with your skeleton hand, and it like goes into her water body, and like when you pet, there's like stuff in here. It's like shit's on my hand, and when you pull it out, there's a bunch of gossamer thread. These are liar's spider webs, and you learned after your first adventure that these can be used to create incredibly powerful string implements to modify spellcasting implements.
Can I use it for my heart?
It'll take some time, but yeah, you can.
I like that.
That'll probably be your wind down activity. Do you want to pay someone to do it, or do you want to try it yourself?
What skill would I have to roll for myself?
Mechanics or knowledge.
I really
not
have no
mechanics.
I have no mechanics. I would like to hire someone, please.
Or knowledge.
Okay, so hiring someone costs a little more. I'll get the exact cost of it.
somebody.
Who do you know somebody? I'm gonna fucking stick a vacuum down
No,
you and
it's
suck all the gas
It's
out.
my birthday. I can brew it on.
What about every other day?
Hey, I've been really good for the past couple of
What happened?
Eppies?
Is it the beer?
It's the beer. It's the beer.
Does that always happen to you?
No, not often.
'Cause I don't remember you burping that much at Gen Con Hotel.
But I can help you.
I've been having some.
Oh, you know somebody.
stomach.
What is it? What does that give you? A 10%
Reduce
discount?
item rarity when purchasing by one.
Okay. Well, she has the rarity, so I'll give you a 10% discount instead. How's that sound?
That's fine.
All right.
I just want to be able to help.
And Roshani, something else happens when you sort of get back to your room. You lay the rain stick down, and when you wake up the next day, I'm gonna put a different song on. It's destroyed.
What the fuck?
I'm kidding. How do you guys fucking scream every time I say something
we don't trust
stupid?
you at all. Because I don't trust you.
Because the one
and it's
time you
something
don't
would do.
believe me, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. The one time I'll be like, ha 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 ha. That's the time you'll be like, it's destroyed. Because that
So-
would have been her reaction too.
Something has
Chaz
happened.
wakes up without any teeth.
Silky is stretched straight out,
That's weird.
and your rain stick is sort of floating inside of her.
Ew.
Silky. Silky.
Her head sort of.
What you doing? Are you eating
Looks
my
back away.
staff? Why are you eating my staff?
No.
What are you doing? She goes over and puts her hand on her so she can feel her emotions. What is she doing? What is she feeling?
The overriding emotion is be cool. What that means is entirely
It's very-
subjective. It just
She-
says be cool.
Should I be cool?
What a pair you guys make.
I know,
What a
right?
pair, what a
Okay,
pair.
listen. Listen, I'm trying to be cool about this, but you know how this looks, right? This looks pretty bad. Okay, are you trying to hurt the stick? Okay, all right. What are you? Could you tell me what you're doing?
Like her little like aqueous orbs sort of like dart around. She's not like capable of complex communication.
I know. I'm trying to get like something out of her. All right. I'm gonna freshen up, and then when I'm back, maybe you're done eating my stick. Maybe. Okay. I'll give you a few seconds because I trust you not to cause water damage on my stick, on my rain stick. I know that's an oxymoron, but I'm gonna go freshen up, and if I come back and it's damp, we're gonna have to talk. And she goes to the bathroom and she's like, closes the door. It doesn't have hands. I know.
It's her tail.
Oh.
She closes the door and freshens up, and then like she gives it like 30 minutes and comes back.
Okay.
Silky has been reading that entire time, flipping through pages.
Like while it's inside her. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, damn it, Silky. What the fuck are you doing? Alright, I think you should spit it out now.
Girl, stay. Nope. Nope.
Are you gonna be able to move like that? So you're just gonna stay like that? That's where you live now.
how I live. You're not my mom.
Are you causing it any damage? That means I'm watching you. That does not mean yes. This means yes. Remember, we went over this. So are you causing it damage? Like, somewhat.
She's like, does yes and no. She doesn't, like...
I just...
The emotion is still just be cool.
She tries to grab the stick.
Silky, like rolls under the bed.
Seriously! And she, like, gets on the floor and, looks under the bed. Come out right now! Silky! I know I haven't trained you yet. I am not a good Pokemon master. But you can't get out of here.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh my god. She tries to get under. She lifts the bed.
She should have lifted the bed.
Do you take the stick out of Silky?
I'm trying to grab her, but it looks like it's...
Do you want to succeed on this?
There's got to be a reason for it, so she's not like... She trusts her, but she does want her to try to, like, communicate, but not.
She can't.
I know.
She'll never be capable of that.
Alright. She lifts the bed up. We're gonna be civil about this, alright? And then she sits down, crosses her legs. Come here.
Communing.
I will not reach inside of you without your permission. Please come here. Silky, I will not stop you.
It doesn't move.
It's digesting.
Are you digesting it? Silky, you take this shit out right now! Okay, now she's fucking worried.
Silky chills. Unless you try and stop her, she chills.
I'm gonna go get...
And she stops moving. Like, if you... Any attempt to, like, move her or do anything to her, she will not move now.
Okay, she scrambles up and then she, like, runs down the hallway to get Clear Sky and then just grabs her, picks her up
Nope,
out of
Clear
her
Sky
bed.
is elsewhere.
She's not here?
Clear Sky's not here.
Okay, I'm gonna knock on doors for Rainmakers, just like knocking on their doors. They have familiars, right?
Yeah, but they don't have rain sticks.
Okay, fine.
Fine, so you get a bunch of... So you get, Zelina,
Selena.
the head
I go to...
Rainmaker.
Please, I need your help.
Oh, I have no idea what's going on.
She won't let it go. And I don't want to take it out of her. She gets upset.
Have you considered being cool?
She said to be cool, but, like, I thought she was talking to herself.
Have you considered being cool?
I mean, I am. I guess I'm cool, but...
Alright, then be cool.
But what if it's...
Just be cool.
Have you ever seen anything like this happen before?
Nope. Just be cool.
Alright, cool.
I'm off the clock. When I'm on the clock, don't bother me.
Sorry.
Good job on the tone woods.
Thanks.
If you'd like, we can replace the stick when it's destroyed with a tonewood stick.
No, It's fine, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
She closes the door and she like huffs and sits on the ground, just
So-
staring at Silky in the corner.
So you and Tomac are sort of out. You all got a share of the tonewood. I do want to, like, if you wanted that rather than gold, you all could have gotten coins.
Oh.
You all could have gotten a share. So you're sort of out and about with Tomac. Says, so what do you want to do with your portion of the wood?
I have no idea. I don't know what it's used for. Like, I don't know what to do.
Well, I've been reading some stuff about magic, and I learned that there's actually something. Well, first off, I'm gonna get a shield,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, duh.
a tonewood shield.
Is that better than? I mean, we chopped through. We can chop through fudge. We can chop through tone wood fairly easy, but if it's turned into a shield, does it make it?
Were you chopping? Because that was really tough.
I wasn't chopping. I was just chewing, like biting.
And did you bite through it as easily as you did other stuff?
I mean,
It's a hard. I mean, this specific tonewood was hardwood.
I mean, like, but like we can still. I guess technically, if you can't do it in one strike, then using
Alright.
a shield for.
Here's the reason.
Tell me.
I've read.
Mhm.
Fine. I don't think actually, truth be told, I don't think we have enough for a shield anyway. But we might have enough for 2 dishes. And I have read and heard something interesting at the Mages Guild. The Marm gave me something to read once we came back. Apparently, if tonewood is carved the right way, it can eat magic.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, it can distort and like catch magic.
So like,
It can augment it, but if instead of billowing it outwards, you funnel it inwards. I don't know the specifics of it, but we could try and find someone to make us something that we can use to protect ourselves against magic.
this is exactly the type of shit I want.
Yeah, well, listen, neither of us are ever going to get magic. But if we're going to be fighting magic, we might as well get good at it. Might be expensive. We might have to take another dangerous job sooner than we thought.
Well, I mean,
We're going to have to do it eventually.
yeah. I mean, we are adventurers, so it's kind of the game we play.
I'll just be like fishmongers.
I don't know how to fish.
Cool, I don't want to be a fishmonger either. I want to be an adventurer.
I hear they smell.
Not when they're fresh.
Fishmongers? They smell.
No, not when they fresh.
I thought it was funny. Not when they fresh.
Not when they fresh.
Let me tell you, no amount of being fresh while working at PetSmart kept you from smelling like dead fish by the end of the night.
So,
I'm sorry.
what?
He said, I so want to Uber you guys 2 6-packs. Uber Eats is like
It's like 2 blocks from where we live.
From where we are, so we can't Uber
we
shit.
can't Uber dick.
So once that's okay, then yeah, go ahead.
We'd be happy to accept your
It's
beer.
really frustrating, trust me.
It's very upsetting. So,
We just meet them in the middle
Okay.
of the road where
Yes.
it stops.
I thought of that. Just walk there and just be like,
Right here.
give it. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
Give it-
Just like
Shady.
set up like a shady dead drop.
yeah, like in the notes section, it's not a house. Don't freak out.
We'll
Be
be
cool.
we'll be in a red Jeep.
Somebody will be standing underneath a light post.
They'll be wearing a red hat.
Yeah.
So you guys do get to the place, and it's the same place that you went. Your professional restringer. It's an instrumental shop.
Sorry, I had to do it.
I'll beat both of you. I swear to God.
There is one last beer for you, if you want.
Ooh, no.
I only had 1 Cronenberg.
Okay, then go
I
ahead.
am done.
Is there only 1 Cronenberg left? Okay.
I need to
Um,
drive.
and also stop ripping.
That's impossible.
You get so actually it'll be a different place than you. You go to a specific woodworker. It is apparently a wood speaker, and interestingly enough, it is a kobold, sort of more lupine features, like almost kind of wolf-like. The kobold looks over and says, "All right, I could do this for you. 500 coin."
500 altogether
For one.
for one. Mm.
You only have enough wood for one.
Oh, okay.
I can give you the shavings, but they won't be worth much except for sawdust. Magic sawdust still has high magic volume. We'll take it.
Right, yeah.
Thank you.
That is yes. Thank you very much.
Of course. So he sets out to work on this. So mechanically, you and Tomak will be able to pass this bowl around. And basically any magic attack that has you, whoever has the bowl, as a target, even if it's a blast attack, or has additional targets, the bowl upgrades the check once. So basically, it automatically changes a purple die to a black die. To a red die.
Nice. That's actually really good.
I like that.
Yeah. And the 500 is after some haggling, obviously. So you guys are going to have to decide on what you want, though. So 500. Your upgrade is free.
Nice.
So at the shop for you, to create spider silk or lyre spider strings, spider silk harp, it's going to cost 1,200.
We have it. Just do it.
But it is a magic implement. It gives you bonus damage with all magic attacks.
And I gave her 10% of mine.
10% off, so whatever 10% off of 1,200 is. I'll do that.
I was supposed to say, I don't know.
So it's, you know what, he'll round it down to an even 1,050.
Okay, that's.
Let it all out.
And are you going to subtract the 500 for them?
I already did.
Okay. So a spider silk harp, there is a special thing that you get to decide when you create it. Basically, you get to choose one single difficulty or 2-die difficulty spell modifier from any spell. And when you use that spell modifier with that spell, it does not upgrade.
So it just automatically
You just add it. It's you get that effect, and it's just the base modifier. It's really strong. I might have underpriced this magic item, but none of you have had implements, so... Because my notes have it at like 3,000, but that seems too high. I have a feeling like 2,000 might be a better estimate based on sort of what I was looking at again.
Right.
And so you can decide that sort of on your own time. You decide if you want to do attack or augment or a barrier or anything like that. Silky, finally, just slithers to the side and just the ring stick falls out. There's like carvings in it, right?
Yeah.
The carvings are now imbued with water.
Oh.
And this water is darker.
Hmm.
She took some of the ancient water elemental. The water spirit.
She stole another person's body?
A little bit.
Things like that are kind of nebulous with spirits.
It's creepy.
It's probably okay.
Probably.
Yeah, if not, he's gonna come back.
She could have used it to upgrade herself.
Aww,
But she augmented your rain stick, so now it functions as a magic staff.
Oh, sweet.
A magic staff adds +3 to damage. The harp adds +2 to damage.
Damn. So it's
With
plus,
your
it was this whole time.
Oh wait, so
So it's damage
with spells.
with spells
With
or
spells.
okay, because I have the melee damage of 7.
With
so,
spells.
So right now my spell damage is 3. My presence is 3.
So now it's 6.
So now it's 6. Okay.
So now you can murder Chaz.
Better.
Um,
Yay.
And one more thing, you get a free, I think it's only on attack spells, you get a free modifier. You get the ranged modifier.
Oh, ranged is nice.
Nope. Any time for any spell you add the first range increase, it's free.
This is very
Oh, so range increase is free.
Mhm.
Okay.
So now your attack automatically targets at medium range instead of short.
Okay.
But like, if you want to turn it into long, you have to add
Add
die.
1. That's fine. So now I can get medium range. That's
Yes. It's always medium range now, unless you want it to be short.
great. No, it's fine. So she picks it up and she looks at it.
So he's sort of
Okay, I get it. Come on, come here.
she like slithers up around you, forms like the sash and belt that she is now, because she's quite long.
Yeah, now she like wraps around like everything and rests her head here, and she like puts her head on her, and she's like, "That was really good of you. I mean, thank you. I'll try to be more chill." Okay. And maybe a little warning, like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this." No. All right. I know I was asking for much. Okay, let's go show the others. Okay.
And that's where we're gonna end.
Okay.
So you have all gotten new magic gear. Tomac buys another shield and a gauntlet. This time he's just buying whatever gauntlet. he's just fucking-
Whatever. They're
Fuck
gonna
it.
break anyway.
Actually, if you want, you can spend money and Tomac can spring for a steel shield.
Ooh, yeah, why not? We actually have
How
money.
much would it cost?
Let's see.
I'd give my husband a shield made out of my own teeth.
My own
Keep him
teeth.
safe.
if I'm going to increase it beyond the existing shield, which costs 80, I'll say 2 hundo.
That's not
We can
bad.
do that.
We can do that.
Actually,
We'll do
probably
that.
more.
We'll pay for his beautiful shield.
Yes. I need my boy.
We need him to not.
Yeah, actually, make it 250.
Aw, give us $50 back.
No,
'Cause you said it was-
take 50 more away.
Oh, 50 more away.
Pay
So it's
more.
50. All right. So how much XP?
This was a good one. Y'all were good sports, and that shit got really lethal. But we did pull some punches.
Yeah, we had to retcon the
Let's
fact
call.
that
I'm
some
not
of the-
gonna wreck. I don't want to call it a retcon. I want to call it a moment of player growth. Where like
totally chill.
always
losing my
always
art.
start to think of ways that you can avoid a fight by not fighting. Think of every encounter as Undertale. Is the best
All right.
like video game analogy I have for it.
Literally.
There's ways around most.
Yeah. She has not finished it.
Just because you can't beat Undine doesn't mean you're bad at it.
Undine's
did you
hard as
kill
fuck,
Goatmon?
you know?
It took me so long.
Undine's hard as shit.
To beat the Undine.
There's like a like,
Undine,
Alright, anyway,
Undine the Undying I haven't killed yet.
Let's call it 25.
25?
25 experience points.
Okay.
Sound good?
Let me tell you that the first time I played Undertale, the first time I started playing Undertale, I killed Mom, and then I
You're
was
a
like, no, I
monster.
can't, and it was like, haha, you're the devil. And it reminds me of that every single time, and I'm like, well, you know what, bitch? I guess I'm gonna have to just keep going and try to kill Undine, because
Guess
this
it's
is
a
where I'm at.
genocide run
This is
now.
what I'm doing.
Like the type of player I was when she's like, please go back now. I'm like, okay, and went in like in my room and like I wonder when I'm supposed to change or do something, and I was like that for a bit. Then I went
Sans
back.
Sans is the worst. That is true.
Yeah, that. I
Oh, my
never
camera's
got
like
to
slowly
Sans.
tipping down.
Oh.
All right, we are gonna end. Oh my god, it's really bad. All right, we're gonna end. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you everyone who subscribed. This was great. Are we doing Saturday or Sunday
Oh
next
yeah,
week?
let's think about that.
I'm sorry, what is next?
I'm gonna stop the
let me